All right, welcome again to another live reaction. You know what I mean? This time we have, very interesting debate. You understand? And the fight, you know what I mean? And that channel your name again. It's, give me a second. Let me tell you what it name. Give me 1 second. You know what I mean? It's the Fight Back podcast. You know what I mean? But they interview Captain Tazariak of the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Versus is a debate. Versus, you know what I mean, a Jewish man. You know what I mean? This debate, it got heated. You know what I mean? So remember, as in a jump in, just like, subscribe, and share. And leave the thoughts in the comments. You know the thing already. So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it.
Thanks for watching Fight Back Podcast. If you like the show, like, subscribe, or share the video. There's also donation links in the descriptions.
All right, guys.
To say what?
We're on.
Awesome Jew.
We are the battle here. We have the battle of who is the real Jew.
Who is the real
Who's
Jew?
the real Jew out of you two? Let's see.
Man, guys,
What do you say?
I'm like about to like literally be a live example of every Jewish stereotype, and you're going to be like,
we know.
who's the
Adam.
Jew?
We
Who's
already
the Jew?
figured that
So
out.
we
You
say,
already
like, the
asked
Jew-
for
All right,
six
hold on.
water,
Here's the
bruh.
first. Well, here's the first Jew moment, right? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol niheh b'dvaro.
Yeah. When you say you the real Jew, right? When you say, I'm assuming you're going to be the stereotypical Jew, you mean like all of the normal stereotypes that we have of Jewish people, you embody that?
Have you ever been to Israel?
Yes. But can you answer the question though?
No, I actually don't think that I do.
Oh, so you don't embody like
I just think it's
the
funny
baby
to, like,
penises? You don't embody that?
Having that conversation.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of
We're
conversation.
going right into it.
And just for the record,
Stop fucking around with your filming there, Adam.
been a while
And let's
since I've
do the
had
show.
one of
Let's
these
do the
type of
show, Adam.
conversations.
Hey guys, I'm demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support me and the podcast, go to fightbackpodcast.com and you can buy some cool merch like the shirt I'm wearing now.
Well, he's live too, right?
Yeah, we just going for a couple
I'm
minutes.
All right. So
Yeah.
as soon as he's done being live.
Yeah, but we have the show running. Let's focus.
Yeah.
All right, so I brought you, before we get the show, I brought you a copy. Are we running on the
show's
show?
running
too?
on, yeah, the show's
Okay,
running.
good. So I
Yeah.
brought you a copy of my book.
let me see.
This is actually a not for resale author's copy. I signed it for you. May the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob guide you in all your journeys. Adam
So
King.
this Jewish book is allowed on Amazon, you say, right?
I actually
Ooh.
hit #1 on
Yeah.
Amazon.
But
Thank God.
When Kyrie shared
2
a
days
DVD
after.
on Amazon, he couldn't play basketball.
And he paid $500,000 now to go beg some rabbis.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
crazy.
you want
see
me
the
to- should I-
biasness? That's the biasness.
Should I get on the phone right now and call like the Jewish
I'm
Council?
pretty sure you
and,
could.
like,
That's why you #1 on
You-
Amazon. You probably called.
This is why people take out their
Yeah.
anger on like Yossi the falafel guy at the
I
corner.
don't
They're
even know
like,
who that
this
is.
poor Jewish random guy
Yeah.
who sells falafels on the corner. They're like, he must know the elders of Zion who
That's
banned
right.
Kyrie's book.
Because
He
that's
must
the
know
only way
him.
you
But
got
do you-
He
#1.
must know
But do you agree
him.
that's crazy how they just like fined him and banned him?
Yeah,
Just
I'm
think about it.
hoping.
I'm trying to
Listen,
stand by it,
Jeff,
by the way,
listen,
but that is a good point, brother.
They find Kyrie, vilify Kyrie, do everything against Kyrie, but they don't say nothing to Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, that let that documentary sit on there since 2015.
yeah,
That's
dude.
the hypocrisy.
That guy Jeff Bezos like controls the media. He has his own little media empire. He's worth like hundreds of billions.
What's Jeff Bezos' race, ethnicity?
He's actually one
I
of
think
Jake's. He's one of Jake's
He's one
type
of the
of
few media
whites.
guys that aren't Jew. Most are.
He's one
Jeff,
of Jake's
so-
whites.
The majority
Wait,
are
He's not
Jews.
one of
Wait,
Adam's
wait,
whites. He's one of Jake's whites.
Yeah, that is true. The majority of the media moguls are Jews.
So-
though. He's one of the
so
few
I would-
exceptions.
I would
He's on
argue-
Team Jake.
And this is what
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
where
Larry Ellison, he's on Team King.
Team
and I
Jew,
think
Team
it's
King.
perfect that y'all are on that side, and this is where Jake gonna have the disclaimer the whole debate.
I think it's funny
Because I'm gonna look at y'all as the same, and every time I say it, Jake's gonna say he's not my kind of white.
yeah.
I'm one of the
He's
few
peak
Jews
white,
I like,
man. He's
But we're not brothers.
No,
We're brothers,
no,
but not,
right.
we're not
Right.
both white.
Yeah,
But that
yeah,
does
yeah, yeah.
represent.
We wouldn't marry each other's children to each other.
Correct.
Us peak whites
This is-
don't.
that's
Us
great you
peak
brought that
whites
up. Marry
don't
your
like
children.
to
That-
yeah, you
interact.
can't.
Would you marry your daughter to a one of those?
I
Jews?
wouldn't marry with you guys anyway either. I like
You're not
racial purity.
supposed to. And
Exactly.
it's interesting because you're Ashkenazi, right?
I am Ashkenazi. Yeah.
So you can't be an Israelite then.
Well,
In Genesis, the 10th chapter, Ashkenaz come from Japhet. They don't come from Shem.
So we as Ashkenazi Jews identify with the region that we were exiled to. So at the time, before even Berlin was a city,
Uh-huh.
there was a kingdom there called
Uh-huh.
Ashkenaz. One of the original 70 kingdoms.
Now he's going to talk about the origin that he stole.
And the
first
Talmud,
he stole the Israelite.
The
origin.
Talmud actually goes into great detail about King Solomon sending 400 families from the time of Benjamin, the first ever outpost in Ashkenaz.
But we
the
can't
kingdom
trust
of Ashkenaz.
the Talmud though. The Talmud.
Why
is where
can't you trust the Talmud?
Because that's where you get the mitzvah pay. That's where you're sucking on a baby penis.
Do you know? Did you read it in the Talmud, or did you just read like an little excerpt from the Talmud? They don't read how they
perform it, but mitzvah pay is in the Talmud.
It's called Mefitzah pay.
You can pronounce
can
it.
We all agree that should be?
But it doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't even have Mefitzah pay for me, and it's not like
I don't believe you.
Well, that's not for me to care about. I don't care. You know, I'll tell you one thing that like sometimes it's crazy because like I'll like seriously drop a truth bomb on people and they'll be like, I don't believe you. You must have been your penis sucked as a baby.
I'll take your word for it.
When you grew up, did you grow up? What type of Judaism was it? Messianic, non-Messianic, Orthodox, unorthodox? How did you grow up?
So I grew up as probably assimilated as possible.
No. I'm not talking about like once you got older. I'm talking about
when I grew up.
Your family were they Orthodox?
I'm telling you. I'll give you my background. Mm-hmm. So I'm the 5th generation Jew on both sides of my family from Los Angeles, which is literally unheard of. In the Bible, God says he's going to exile you to the 4 corners of the land.
That's not you guys, though. We're not on that. I just want
to
know.
And the Ashkenazi Jews, just so you know, like we literally went to London, South Africa,
you did not.
Sydney, Australia, and Los Angeles, the 4 corners of the land. It's very interesting that the Bible. No, I'm telling you, I'm from Los Angeles.
The 4 corners is us. So,
well, you might have gone to Los Angeles also. Did you guys build an ERUPTS?
Russia. So, for example, when you talk about Russia, you can get a book called The Russian Icons, and when you see the images of the Israelites there, they're black. When you talk about Europe and what they call the Dark Ages, you can see where black people ruled Europe. When you talk about Africa, you can see our transition.
Jake, the black people
Africa.
Ruled Europe.
In my opinion, no.
I mean, like, that's news to me.
This is why I said y'all the same white. That's why it's good for y'all.
No, he was like the host
you
white.
Called on him for help. Like, you called on, this is what Jewish people, what you just did.
Well, I mean, like,
what Jewish people do when they ask Trump for help in the war.
I'm being neutral because
you couldn't beat me in the debate, so you ran to your dad.
I'm gonna have your back on some things.
So basically, it's like this.
I'm just sharing my honest opinion.
The only time that blacks ever had any sort of rulership.
I'm just glad that
okay, let me answer you then. Let me answer you like a scholar would, okay?
The
only time that I know if blacks had any sort of rulership in Europe were the Moors of Spain.
Why did they call them swarthy? Why did they call them the Douglases?
This is like news to me.
Why did they call one of the kings
all of a sudden?
Black?
What's that show on Netflix?
It shows all the people black.
Yeah.
Why did they call one of the kings Black Boy?
I don't know the name of the show.
It's like Upton Alley.
Why did they call one of the kings Black Boy? Why did Ben Franklin say we don't want America to be black like Europe was? They make these statements because that's what it was. Benjamin Franklin made that statement.
Is what?
Yeah, that we don't want America to be black like Europe. That's what they said.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me the time of Napoleon Bonaparte, Europe was like black?
Yes. When we say black, like you see, like America is predominantly white, but there's other ethnicities, of course, in America. So I'm not saying there's no white people there. There's no other type of people. But we were ruling, and it's just as simple as when
you're
Rome
saying during
fell,
Napoleon
they were like
Bonaparte.
The primary rulers.
Yeah,
it's not a prime debate today.
Right.
Hold on, Benjamin Franklin, though, right?
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin.
So Benjamin Franklin was a contemporary, roughly, of Napoleon Bonaparte, right?
Okay.
So, but Napoleon Bonaparte a little bit even before.
We all the paintings.
So the question that I have to you, during the time of Napoleon Bonaparte, you're saying that black people were ruling in Europe.
Yeah, black people were in power.
In Europe,
just like you can have.
What is that show called?
So as America, as a country, had what's called a black president for a time, even though white.
Who was our first black president? It wasn't Barack.
Let me say it differently.
Obama's Jewish.
African American.
Obama's Jewish.
Just kidding.
No, Obama is African, so I wouldn't say black.
He's okay.
Because we're not African.
You guys view yourself differently.
Black
president? We're definitely different.
It's a general.
Who was
we
the
haven't
first?
Had a black president.
You said there was a first.
A
secret black president.
I didn't use secret.
No, I'm asking you.
That's what
I'm trying to get you to define it because I'm fascinated by the story.
Black sounds good for you guys, but for us to be ethnically correct, Obama has an African father and a white mother. So for us, he's not one of our people.
Right. You know, I agree with you there. I don't like the term black or white. I think like it's completely ethnically incorrect, and it like the world is so much more diverse.
I don't like the term Jewish
black
either,
and
though.
white. Well, two are colors and one is an ethnicity. So
Jewish is not an ethnicity, though.
How about
Jewish
like Yehuda?
Wait, hold up.
Or Judah.
Wait. Jewish is not an ethnicity.
Judah is the
Jewish,
family.
I didn't say Judah. I said Jewish.
Jewish is Judish.
Jewish is religion, because in Jewish,
but
you're
I can't be
an Israelite by your mother. Ethnically, you're an Israelite by your father. That's why y'all won't do the DNA test, because if y'all start taking that DNA test, you're going to see a lot of y'all are not the Jews. We are the Jews.
I don't do
That's why it's illegal.
I'll tell you, I personally don't do the DNA test because I don't want China to have my genetics. But my parents took the DNA test.
Wait, but that is not
I can tell you about my parents' DNA test.
That's not what Israel says.
Hold up. In my parents' DNA test, my mother says 100% Ashkenazi Jew. It's unbelievable.
Right.
They have an actual genetic.
Why aren't those allowed?
They have an actual genetic marker. And my mother is a Bas Kohen, which means that she's an Ashkenazi Jew from the tribe of descendant of Aaron the priest. My grandfather.
That don't even make sense.
It does, though.
No, it doesn't. How can you?
To you, it doesn't, because you're not Jewish.
Because how can you be Ashkenaz and Shemitic?
I'll tell you.
Ashkenaz is a Japhetic tribe.
It's like,
so think about what you. Hold on.
I'll tell you. I'll explain it to you.
Before you answer, think about what you're saying. When you're talking about DNA, you're talking about genetic markers.
Yeah.
So if you marry the DNA of the science with the genetic marker, with the Bible, when the Lord divided the nations in Genesis 10 and 32,
to 70 nations.
When the Lord divided the nations,
yes, there's
Genesis
a kingdom
10,
of Ashkenaz.
When you talk, I know you're trying to distract.
Yeah, let him finish.
So when the Lord divided the nations in Genesis 10 and 32, the Japhetic line had their own line, so they would have their own genetic markers.
Yeah.
Shemitic line have their own lines. They would have their own genetic markers. So if you take a DNA test that says you go back to Ashkenaz, that's a different family line than the family line that the Israelites come from. So you can't be from the family line of Shem and the family line of Japhet genetically if you believe in the Bible, because the Lord divided them.
Can I tell you?
Yes.
Can I respond?
Yes.
So I'm not descended at all from Japhet.
You said your mama is, though.
No, hold on. Listen to me. I'll explain. My line of Ashkenaz, my claim of Ashkenazi is like the same of how I say I'm an American Jew. Like I put America before Jew. It was the kingdom that I'm living in and before, and as a Jewish person. So it's like being an American Jew. But in the time that at the time that the Ashkenazi Jewish community was established, the very first Ashkenazi Jewish community was established by King Solomon as an embassy outpost, and he had 400 families from the tribe of Benjamin go there. And actually, Berlin is a Jewish city. It was founded by Jews 1,800 years ago.
I think you're missing what you said out of your mouth.
Because before Germany was even a nation or a conception, there was once something called the Kingdom of Ashkenaz. Now, when the Romans destroyed us and carried us into captivity, the Kingdom of Ashkenaz was still a thing.
But what you're doing now is you're spinning from what you said. You did all that history and word salad, but you said when your mom took a DNA test, so now you got into genetics. Genetics is not that migration. So when you say Ashkenaz, and then we look in the Bible in Genesis the 10th chapter, and Ashkenaz come from Japhet, you can't have Japhetic DNA and Shemitic DNA. You gotta have one or the other.
I'll tell you, it's kind of like this Tartarian thing.
Wait, before you say that. So like when black people go get their DNA, if their DNA traces, for the most part, it'll say they came from like the west coast of Africa or something like that. And then they got like E1, B1 markers. You got L markers and stuff like that. So there's genetic markers that they say make up white people, genetic markers that they say make up black people, Chinese people.
Too much.
Live stream. Hold on, we're cutting the live stream.
Yeah, you don't want too much.
All right, hold on.
Announce it.
We're gonna save this. The rest of this conversation is Jake's conversation.
Yeah, it'll be up next week. So you want it for the podcast?
Jake, give a plug for your podcast. We're about to go
live.
Back
there. We're watching there. It'll be out next week.
It's out.
We're about to get a lot hotter too. I got some good questions coming.
It's gonna be good.
Turn up.
I'm about to turn this shit up.
Nobody's beating the shit out of anybody.
I told him I'm not going to help if he starts beating his ass.
Because it's flipping live. Your ass would be on camera.
I'm not fighting 5 black dudes.
Your ass would be on camera. Motherfuckers.
I don't like you that much.
Okay. Anyways, they got Jake's here. UFC champion.
That's right.
Is in the room, so nobody's beating anybody's asses. I'd be impressed if he Jackie Chan'd everybody in the room. I think he's still capable. We're not going to fight. You know, I'll say this. No, God forbid. But I'll say this. I want to say this live before I tune off so that my audience can hear it.
Okay. What do you want to say?
I get a lot
trying
of these.
To get extra.
I got a lot, because it's my Jewish in me. I'm always trying to get that
extra couple of minutes.
I got a lot of my Jewish fighters and UFC fighters in the DMs that always hit me up. They're like, "Oh, I want to fight Jake. I want to fight Jake." I just want to say right here, this guy right here is like so next level in the ring. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, I'll fight any Jew.
You're gonna make us look bad. This guy is like 5-time champion. He's older. He's like older than all of you, and I still think he would win.
Right.
I would put my money on Jake if you guys tried to do that. So, hey, tune in. Fight Back Podcast is gonna be dope.
Fuck, see the Jewish. See, he's trying to steal my podcast.
Boom.
There you go.
Stop broadcast.
I'm so Jewish. I'll let you use this for your channel after I air it.
Dude, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna rip it.
Yeah, but let's get our shit going now.
We're good.
So when you start mixing the genetic markers, and saying that you could be one genetic marker and another genetic marker, a person that has E1B1 in their DNA can't also have another E1B1 or an L marker. It's either one or the other. That's why they'll tell you the paternal line for your DNA never changes. So even women, when they go for their DNA, they can't pull their father's DNA because they don't have that genetic material.
Yeah.
So if your mom has Ashkenazi, she can't have 2 mixtures of DNA. That's genetically impossible.
So in the Jewish tradition, my mother's. I'm letting you tell
biblical.
Listen, no, you got to let me finish. I'm trying to explain it to you, but like I gotta like tone it down a little bit.
Can you use the Bible or Torah?
I could use the Bible if you
want.
No,
what I mean, no. Now you're saying you got to go into it, but when you identify who a Jew is or who an Israelite is, the Bible supersedes either one of us, right? You would agree? Totally. So you would have to show in the Bible where you're a Jew by your mom.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, good.
I could do that today. I actually brought.
Only believe in the Old Testament.
Yeah,
I believe in the Old and New Testament.
I brought a lot of my lineage with me. Actually, like I brought a chunk of my lineage with me.
But can you just demonstrate in the Bible how you're a Jew by your mother?
I can.
Okay, good. Do it.
So my mother is what's called a Bas Kohen. Now, a Bas Kohen is the most coveted bloodline in all of Israel. It's the priest line. So there's all sorts of rules that govern like the Bas Kohen, the daughter of the priest, and also the son of the priest. Like he can only marry specific bloodlines. He can't marry converts, but like he can marry any of like
certain Jews are better.
Well, can't nobody marry a convert.
When it comes to the temple, not even Ashkenazim. Hold on, not even Ashkenazim. When it comes to
you can't marry any
when
convert.
It comes to the tribe, the Kohen, we've like separated this DNA strand out of our tribe.
That's not true.
It's called the Kohen gene. Yeah, we have it.
Like the Jeffrey Epstein,
my grandfather had the Kohen gene. My grandfather, there's a specific Y chromosome marker in the ancestry test that finds a Kohen gene. Now, my grandfather, when he was alive, Alav Shalom, of blessed memory, he had the Y chromosome indicator of the Kohen gene.
Based on who? Who said that?
Based on the collective group based on the collective group in our family lineages that are extremely well traced. Like we have written books of our family lineages that are extremely well written down.
That go back to
the Ashkenazi, right? No, that go back to King David. Actually, 90% of Ashkenazi Jews are descended of King David. No, it is. It's true.
It's not.
Absolutely,
David's line would come from Shem. We would have that same DNA.
I could show you. I could show you.
Both of you.
But he didn't ever answer my question though. You're supposed to demonstrate how you're a Jew according to your mother in the Bible.
So the way that the Torah works is that it used to be by the father up until the first exile.
You have to show
during the time of that's in the Talmud. During the time of the first exile, during the time of listen, the Talmud is like this massive encyclopedic volume of knowledge. For you to just discount it is a sign of ignorance.
It's not about discounting it. When I'm saying
then what does your mean?
My is you can't change what God said. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. Those are all 12 men. There is no tribe of Dinah, right? There is no tribe of no women.
Do you know where Dinah? Do you know where Dinah is found? Her lineage, actually.
Don't separate.
No, well, you're making a claim.
There's
in the Bible,
not a tribe of Dinah.
Dinah married into the tribe of Joseph. Actually,
it doesn't. Once she married a man,
her daughter Osnat married Ephraim.
That's fine. I didn't say that she didn't marry nobody.
I'm just saying, like, you don't know the lineage.
So Ephraim, Manasseh.
Why do I know the lineage,
Naphtali,
but you don't know
Benjamin,
the lineage? If
Levi,
you're the Jew and I'm not,
all of them, because what you're saying, the still doesn't give a tribe of Dinah.
Okay, I want to ask you a question.
Wait. I just want for the record. He cannot show any book, chapter, verse.
I will
that you're
a
Jew according to your mother.
I will
he has
right
to go
now.
to the Talmud, which is not the Bible.
I'm going to tell you right now. Divrei Hayamim, the Book of Chronicles. We're going to go down a rabbit hole in the Book of Chronicles.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the term the Reish Galuta from the Bible? It's in the Mikra. It's in this Bible.
Mm-hmm.
The first Reish Galuta. Do you know what his name was?
What's his name?
His name is Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel.
What's the scripture you going to in Chronicles?
Zerubbabel is the grandson of Tzidkiyahu Melech Yehuda.
Mm-hmm. You talk about Zerubbabel.
Yeah, his name is Zerubbabel.
There's no V's in the original Hebrew. That's something y'all
there
changed
is.
when you bastardized.
There's a bet and a
the
bet.
V came later. There's no V's in the original.
So you read Hebrew?
I wouldn't put myself as a scholar on it.
I'm a scholar of Hebrew.
But I know that there's no V's. There was no
Where did
V's.
I get Hebrew from? Is it an African language? Where did I learn it? If it's not the language of the Bible.
Hebrew would be. I didn't say Hebrew wasn't a language in the Bible.
So then why do I know it? Why was it
that bastardized version of Hebrew that you guys have?
Why? How do you know that it's bastardized if you don't even know what Hebrew is?
Because Hebrew became bastardized when we went into the first captivity.
But then why don't you speak Hebrew?
You got to hear the answer. You got to hear the answer.
Let's do something a little less technical for a second. I know some of the people. This shit's great. Let's hit something a little more, because some of the audience can get confused here. Some shit. There's something I stumbled across. I found really interesting. Bible verses. Okay. Sorry for strange directions. I know this stuff is some details. Some of the audience might get lost. Some of this shit. This was. Let me try these verses because they were kind of. They threw me off a little bit. Something about the Jews. It wasn't said. Let me see if I find it. Jeremiah. There's a couple different verses. 17:14 says Israelis would serve enemies in a land they know not, losing their heritage.
What verse are you reading again?
It says Jeremiah 17:4.
Oh, okay.
Saying Israelis would serve enemies in a land they know not, losing their heritage. And that, to me, I'm trying to be neutral, but that was like, whoa, that was one. I'm gonna have things for both sides, but that seemed to definitely favor the black peoples, because black people were taken, serve an enemy in a land they don't know.
Right.
There was one more that was very similar. That was the other one that was
that's actually a good scripture. It says, and even thou shalt discontinue thine heritage.
Oh, here, listen to this one. How do you say that? Just 28. It says Israelis will be scattered by ships to serve enemies in a land they know not, with iron yokes on their necks.
People sent me these things,
and
has that happened to you guys?
I mean, like, we went through the Holocaust, not on ships, but I mean,
okay. But if this says we shall be brought into Egypt again with ships and sold for bondmen and bondwomen, that didn't happen to y'all in the Holocaust. And it says no man shall buy you or redeem you. So y'all were redeemed, actually. When the Holocaust happened, they had World War II, and they redeemed you guys. Then they displaced the Palestinians for you guys.
Do you think that, like, all of everything that's happened, like, there's like no blessing from God? There's like
no. Before we get to that part, I just want to see how, because
I just think that question
the scriptures.
You want to go into it?
Let's read it. To me, I found that very interesting. It said there was two of them. I think.
Okay,
I'm gonna answer.
I'm gonna answer 17:4 first.
Okay, we're gonna start with Jeremiah 17:1.
Right.
17:4. It says
the sin of Judah is inscribed with an iron pen, with a hard metal fingernail, etched into the tablet of their heart, into the corners of your altars. As they remember their children, so they remember their altars and their Asherah trees, besides leafy trees and upon lofty hills. O idolaters on the mountains in the field, your wealth,
read the whole Bible.
all your treasure. You do actually. You do.
mean,
No, you do. You do. You do. You need to know for
No, it
content.
just says if we take it to
Hold on, I'm at number 3. I'm at number 3. I'm at number 3.
All right.
He said you ain't got
Your wealth, all your treasure shall you make into booty because of your high places made in sin throughout your boundaries. You will be forced to withdraw from your heritage that I have given you, and I will enslave you to your enemies in a land that you knew not, for you have ignited a fire in my wrath, and it will burn forever.
So did that happen to you guys?
I mean, the way that I see that is like, look at, we've been like the nation builder. We've been the nation builders of the world. I mean, like we have.
Ain't talking about nation
Jews never got taken away.
It says the servants of the.
This is talk about discontinuing.
That verse kind of shocked me when I found that.
That is interesting.
And let me tell you something. What's interesting about it is because the only people that have discontinued from their heritage is us. And you can always tell when they get a little
we were
hot for
uprooted
him
from. We were uprooted from.
You can always tell when they get hot for him.
Land far away. The Jews never lost their heritage either. They literally lost their heritage.
He just said he could trace his back 5, 6 generations to some
thousands of years.
So how did you discontinue if you can trace it? But when you ask black people if they can trace
my lineage, I could trace it back, and it doesn't go to Khazaria.
Let me finish.
So now,
when it says you would discontinue from your heritage, we did. Our heritage was discontinued.
Okay, so maybe
we went into bondage on ships. We were sold for bondmen and bondwomen. You guys were never sold for bondmen and bondwomen. We were never redeemed. You were redeemed when the entire earth went to war for y'all. So if the Bible is true, and for our disobedience, the children of Israel gets punished for it, and you claim to be the children of Israel, how come we went through what you saying you are the people of?
I'll explain it to you.
Yeah. Just I want to. Do you understand my question?
There's another one.
So hold on, before let me answer this question.
Do you understand my question?
I do.
Can you just repeat my question?
Hold on, let me just try to answer it. I'll do it quick, and then if I don't, you can ask it again.
All right.
So, like when we were taken as slaves to Rome after the destruction of the temple, we were literally put in cuffs. There's an entire mitzvah. You're like not even listening to me. You don't want to.
I see you a little touchy.
Were the Jews?
My ears don't affect.
Were the Jews? Okay, I got you.
Thank you.
Were the Jews carried off in bondage, in chains to Rome?
You would have to show me what you're talking about.
I mean, Josephus is like.
Is
Josephus a real book?
Did they ever go in?
Is Josephus a real book?
Did they go in ships?
Yeah, actually, they did.
Bondmen and bondwomen.
They did. Rome. They sailed the slaves back to Rome.
They knew
from
Rome,
Jerusalem.
They knew Rome.
I'm just saying it did happen.
This just said
I'm just saying it did happen.
That your fathers
and they were
not
slaves.
Known.
And there's this mitzvah called Pidyon HaNefesh. Okay, hold on. In the 5 books of Moses, there's 6.
What we call windmilling.
No, I'm not. I'm teaching you how to be a Jew.
No, you can't.
I will.
Let me Jewish attorneys.
Okay, hold on.
The white-looking Jewish attorneys.
Yeah. Let me explain to you guys. Let me explain to you guys what the peak white understanding of the Bible
that's
is.
Windmilling.
Okay, let me just talk.
Focus on peak white.
Let me talk, or I'll just windmill the whole show, man. Let me talk.
Windmill together. I just want you to.
Okay,
answer the question.
I am.
If you want to do a minute,
hold on. You're trying to throw me off my train of thought, but I'm not going to go.
You know what?
613 minutes. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. No, that's my answer. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. I've condensed my answer into 2 words. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. Taryag mitzvah. Can I explain what that is? Taryag mitzvah.
I just want you to answer the question.
I am. So in the Taryag mitzvah, the 613 laws that are given by Moses in the Bible, the first 5 books of the Bible, one of the mitzvahs is Pidyon HaNefesh. It means buying a slave from their captivity. During the time of the Roman exile, Pidyon HaNefesh was like being performed. Like there's great historical record in the Jewish tradition of that was the time that Pidyon HaNefesh was really performed in mass. They were buying Jews from slave markets left and right to try to redeem them from the slaveries that they were sold into in Rome after the destruction of the temple. It's extremely well documented in the Bible. It's extremely well documented in Josephus and other historical records. I don't know what to tell you. Like
but
the Jews being taken. But here, so let me give you another answer, right? So let's say that Jeremiah 17, like there is all these lost tribes of Israel, for example, right?
Who are they?
Could some have been?
I don't know.
America?
This is why I choose to marry Ashkenaz, because I truly don't know. But I'll tell you.
So you marry a tribe that's not an
my
Israelite.
best friend is getting married in February to one of the women from the tribe of Dan, right? This is their claim. They're Ethiopian. No, I'm for real.
There are Ethiopian Jews, yeah.
They're Ethiopian Jews.
Y'all reject Ethiopian Jews.
No, he's Ashkenazi. He's married. He's my best friend. I'm going to this wedding.
Y'all only like the Ashkenazi Jewish people. Y'all do not like the others.
Yo, my friend
I
is
remember
like,
when black people came
hold
over
on,
to
can
Israel.
I answer before you LARP on me about what you did?
You were talking
when black people came over and they went in Dimona, y'all put them where the nuclear power plant is.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's like,
that's how much y'all. That's how much.
W Jews.
Yeah, that's how much y'all.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You make them fight in there. You make them fight in the military. You make them fight in your wars. You're gonna expel them. Y'all do all those things.
No, we don't.
You
just the black Hebrew Israelites live in Dimona. The Ethiopian Jews don't live in Dimona, though. They don't live in Dimona.
That's against Torah. Even if they weren't Israelites to y'all, in the Torah, how are you supposed to treat the strangers or converts? How are you supposed to treat them? You know what?
You're right.
How are you supposed
to treat them extremely respectfully.
So when you're not, that's how you know you're not.
Well,
because if you were, you would treat them the way that God said to treat them.
In my book,
but instead, y'all treat them like the savages you are, because that's what you are, whether it's the hand in slavery, whether it's the hand in banks, whether it's your gay lifestyle. You guys
I'm not
are
gay.
against God.
What are you talking about? No homo, bro.
If we go to Tel Aviv,
no homo, bro.
He is against that stuff.
Yo,
at least.
have you ever been to Jerusalem?
Jews do push.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you guys something? I want to tell you a W win moment for the world. A W win moment for the world, right? So I lived in Jerusalem for a long time.
Right.
And there's one day of the year where all the Jews and all the Muslims and all the Christians are a solid front.
To do what?
One day a year.
To do what?
Otherwise, they're back
Gay
to their
pride?
religion. The Gay Pride Day.
Are you serious?
It's the way that all the religious communities come
So
together.
you participate in the gay?
No, dude, they fight them off together, bro. It's a day thing. It's a day thing. You get the priests coming out of the churches. You get the Islam coming out of the mosques. You get the Jews coming out of the shuls to say not in Jerusalem.
What's your guys' thought on homosexuality? It's a sin.
Well, we hate. Yeah, that's a sin.
Yeah, we're all
and we wouldn't allow Tel Aviv to exist.
The Bible says
Tel Aviv would not exist
as a
gay city, but because y'all are gay. That's why y'all let it. And then you'll say, we're not gay.
We're not gay.
Suck a little boy's penis, you're gay.
Okay, well, I'm not sucking a little boy's penis. And nobody sucks my...
The Orthodox priest said it's the most sanitary way.
This guy wants to like pontificate.
I've never heard of that. I'm not. That's what he said on video.
That should be illegal.
Okay, when you say I want to pontificate, your rabbi.
Do you think that Mafitz Bepeh is real? Hold on. Do you think that Mafitz Bepeh is real? Yes or no?
It's definitely real.
Okay, he says it's real. Do you think it's real? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
I'm gonna expound.
Hold on, then you expound. I'm gonna say yes or no.
I'm gonna give yes or no. I'm just gonna expound. No, I don't.
Okay, no.
I said
you don't think it's... Hold on. Where does it come from?
Wait, it comes from the Talmud, not the Bible.
So if it comes from the Talmud and you think that Jews are doing it,
why do I say it's not real?
What about the other things in the Talmud? Like, is that all fake? The only thing real from the Talmud is Mafitz Bepeh. This guy takes one thing from the Talmud. I'm not running. I'm running all over you, bro. I'm running circles,
all you gotta
bro.
do is just let me finish.
The one thing that he thinks is valuable in the Talmud is like something like Mafitz Bepeh. And Mafitz Bepeh is not even entirely accepted, but a lot of people do it.
I don't think nothing in the Talmud is valuable. And whether I think Mitzvah Pei is real or not, y'all do. And y'all suck on baby penises. Your rabbi says it's the most sanitary practice.
I hate it when
that's why you Jewish kids. That's why when y'all get older, that's why y'all look so effeminate.
I hate it when these conversations.
6 years old.
You could just say
effeminate.
6 days old.
Stop doing it.
Effeminate.
Yeah, that's why you could just be like, we should stop. What does that translate to? That translates to in Tel Aviv.
Mafitz Bepeh is like the only thing. Okay,
it's not a good look though. It's just.
Yeah,
okay, can I respond to it?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna end right here. Give me like
I feel like I'm like 30 seconds.
Give it a rest in something, man. So, and how does that translate? y'all call yourselves the children of God. And in your cities, you allow homosexuality to proliferate. When God said homosexuality is an abomination against God. So how can y'all be the children of God when in the city that y'all say y'all running as the children of God, y'all allow gays to run rampant? And you think because on one day you join with Muslims and Christians and one day y'all condemn them, it don't mean shit to the gay people. They'll give y'all one day when they can get 364 other days when they can just be openly gay in the city that you say is of God.
Okay, can I respond now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Give it a chance.
You see how I was quiet?
So Jeremiah 17:4, folks. We're talking about why the Jews were taken out of the land of Israel. And it says in Jeremiah 17:4, same verse that we were quoting, that we were doing idolatry in the land. Now, I'm not here to say that Jews have been perfect for thousands of years, just quite the opposite. We recorded in our book that we're not. This is what separates us from the pharaohs of Egypt, who, according to their own tombstones, never did anything wrong. We've clearly displayed our sins throughout the Bible, as well as our righteous acts, and we broadcast them to the world. So 17:4, we were carried off because we worshiped the gods of others. We made Asherah trees, it specifically says. So in other places in the Bible, it describes the return of Judah to the land of Israel. And it talks about the building of Israel as a nation from the pieces that were scattered to the four corners of the world. So it's like this. You might be descended of a Jew. You might have Jewish lineage. Who knows? I don't know how you came through. They have the whole Igbo thing. You know, like, are the Igbos also Hebrew Israelites?
Some are.
But how do you explain?
Okay, so he says that some are. So that's what I'm saying.
Like this,
no, I didn't. I'm saying if you lost your heritage, let me give it back to you.
I think that's one valid.
I think to me, pause.
He doesn't want the heritage. What does it mean to be a Jew? Tell me what it means to be a Jew in the world. What does it mean? What's your responsibility as a Jew?
As a Jew, it is your responsibility. I'm gonna speak from my organization. But thank you. So as a
Don't speak from your organization. Speak from your heart. What does it mean? Because you represent. No, you're saying your organization. I'm saying if you're a Jew, it's in your heart. Speak from your heart.
That's the same thing.
Okay, go.
So being a Jew, it is our duty to wake up the other Jews or Israelites that are scattered across the four corners, because Jew is just one tribe. You had 12 other tribes or 11 other tribes: Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Naphtali, Issachar, etc. So it's our duty to keep the law, statute, commandments, obey the God, and then wake our people up. And if we would have been brought in that land in 1948, like y'all were brought in that land in 1948, there would be no gays.
But why weren't you brought to that land?
I didn't interrupt you when you talk.
I just asked the question.
No, don't ask why I'm answering. Let me finish. If we would have been brought there, it would be no gays. It wouldn't be no slaughter of innocent Palestinians.
I was asking you
that wouldn't be no slaughter of innocent Ethiopians. It wouldn't be no slaughter of innocent anybody, because the Bible says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. And Israel is mourning because you imposters are there. So if we were the Jews and in that land, the earth would be better.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Would you bomb Palestinian children?
We would not. That's
okay,
what I said.
Hold up. Can I ask you a question?
And the crazy part about
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
finish?
The crazy part about
man, when you just talked,
there should be a word. Just like there was a lie counter on the last one with Dan, there should be a word counter on this one.
I tell you, every time he does this, because he's in his feelings. Because I was quiet the whole time you talked until you
take the timer.
So now, the interesting thing about Palestine, there's a video you can see where the Palestinians is welcoming these fake Jews with open arms. They coming in off the boats, coming in off the ships, and you was only supposed to take a certain part of land, but that wasn't good enough because y'all are murderous bastards. And so y'all start bombing them in the 50s, in the 60s, in the 70s. And then 2 years ago, I think now, y'all start bombing them again. If y'all were men of God, as y'all say, y'all would have held to the deal, but you break every treaty like every white man does. You wouldn't be slaughtering innocent people that wanted to live cohesively. You even
did another 30 seconds, with you dude. Guys. You're doing laps of 30 seconds.
You gotta stop being a crybaby. You don't even answer questions. You gotta stop being a crybaby.
All right, I'm gonna ask a 15-second question. You could talk all you want again. Ready?
Yes.
Since you're the real Jew, right? and you're
coming around,
and you're LARPing on me. You're LARPing on me, saying that like, hey, you guys came back to the land and did all this killing and shit. And if it was us, there'd be no gays in the land. And you're all talking like that. Let me ask you, since you're the real Jew, would you build the third temple?
If you know, biblically speaking, the third temple doesn't get built till the Messiah comes.
Oh, so what would you do with the land? Would you just like sit on it? What we would
do with the land is what we do in this land right now.
Sit on the street corners and yell at people?
He can't even hold true to what he said. They said, I'm going to ask you a 50-second question and I'm going to let you talk.
Sorry to interrupt my own 30 seconds.
I just like to point out my superiority.
Okay, go. Superior one, go. Pharaoh.
See that?
Go, Pharaoh.
He coming along.
I'm calling him Pharaoh because he's...
No, I ain't Pharaoh, but I'm the superior
He's more
one.
Pharaoh than Yehuda. I'm going to make a clip
out of you when Jake put it up.
All right, let's go.
Thank you. So even in this land, we obey the laws. We don't break God's laws. We don't even break them.
You're not allowed to break the laws. It's against the Torah.
Not to y'all, because y'all got gay niggas.
If people do it...
Wait. How can you say it's against Torah? You just cut yourself.
Can I answer?
Wait. I'm trying to finish.
Because God gave us free will. And people do bad things with their free will. Yes, he did.
There's no such thing.
That's what the Jews
are. You can't break God's law, and y'all are breaking God's law. That's how you know you're not. Because if you was gay in the Israelite world, in our community, we would condemn you. We would kick you out. You can't be
same
gay.
With our community.
Y'all embrace
can't
gay.
Be gay in our community either.
You can.
No, you can't.
Y'all push.
Don't come around my block.
Y'all push.
Don't have gay in my block.
Promote gay.
I'll push you out my block.
All in Hollywood
with my own
is
man.
Gay. Social media is
we
gay.
Walk into the streets, we say, yo, my jigger.
Yo,
jiggers, no jiggers gay up in this neighborhood. We don't have no gay jiggers in this neighborhood.
Yo, can I answer?
Cosplaying. I'm only cosplaying. You're cosplaying as a Jew right now.
He's going to do blackface.
You can't. You're doing a horrible job.
Can I answer?
I want to bring up with the media that is largely Jewish.
And they're gay.
Hold on, let me answer. Shh. Children,
you ain't gotta say shush to us.
Children, take it down a few notches. Okay? All right. Here's the answer.
Child, though.
All right, child of God.
We just want real answers.
Child of Judah.
According to Revelation,
we don't want
child of
Satan. All right, Gabriel.
I have a friend.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer the gay thing.
You can.
So, because you said that I asked you if you're a Jew, what's your mission? You're like to wake up all the other lost Jews and tribes and blah blah blah, right? So like, the real mission of the Jewish people is not to. The real mission of the Jewish people is to teach people how to love Hashem, how to love God, the God of Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. And in that, he gives very clear guidelines. In Leviticus 18:22, he says, it's to'evahi, it's an abomination to God. Now, he allows for humans to willfully violate his commandments. And that is proof that God created free will in this world. Now, it is through that same free will that we were created to love God. Our purpose is to be God's partner. That's why humans were created. So I'll ask you, Tazariah, you're shaking your head. You don't think this is real. Why do you think humans were created? I'll ask that before I phrase it as what is the purpose of life, but I have an answer for both. So why were humans created?
Are Jews better than non-Jews?
Are what?
Are Jews better than non-Jews? Your God's chosen people?
There's no such thing as better or worse. There's only different. There's no such thing as better or worse.
I would disagree. God created.
You think you're better than all the other people?
Yes, God created the children of Israel to be above. It says that in your book. In Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter.
Look, I wouldn't interbreed with any of you guys, but like I try not to put myself above you. You know.
1 second. In Deuteronomy 7 and in Deuteronomy 28, it says God. See how you still talking?
We can be honest though. We can be honest here. He's being honest.
I like to point that out because at some point. I just go off. And
I just want to point it out that if I'm not allowed to teach you anything, maybe I can teach you Hebrew and reconnect you with your lost roots.
I just want to.
You know what I'm saying? Since you're the Jew, I just
want to talk now.
Since you're the Jew and I'm the imposter Jew.
He's explaining that he thinks.
I know. No, I get it. I
ain't complaining.
I just want to try to teach something.
It's more like warning. Like
I want to try to teach
you ask me to talk, and then you ask for to finish, and I let you finish, and then you constantly interrupt me. At some point, I'ma just interrupt you all day.
That's okay.
Because
you have to
give respect. No,
okay.
no.
So let's try to give each other time.
I just want to say,
okay,
set the timer for 10 seconds and I'll finish in the 10 seconds.
Just go.
Okay, 10 seconds.
You can have 30.
I want to try to teach you something today about my culture and my heritage. And if it's only one thing, let it be the Hebrew language that you claim to have been disbanded from that I seem to know.
Mm-hmm.
So let me teach you Hebrew.
So now with all of
would you at least learn Hebrew from me?
No.
It's just a language.
So I
all think we're better.
What about Aramaic?
Wait, no, you can't.
Because Aramaic, we also grew up with that in the home.
Okay, so
maybe I can teach you both our biblical languages. You know, supposedly Jesus spoke Aramaic, so like kind of weird that like I grew up with Aramaic in the home, right?
Got you. So I'm gonna answer that question.
Whatever, I'm an imposter.
So thank you. So I'm gonna answer that. Then I'm gonna answer Jake's question. Psalms 147, 19 and 20 say, He showeth His word unto Jacob, His statutes and commandments to Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. You are not an Israelite, so you can't teach me shit.
613
So now I'm going to answer Jake's question. In Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, and Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, God said He chose us to be above all nations on the planet.
All right.
So the only way we could be above, see how you in his feelings again?
I find your honest opinion.
It's
okay if you believe that. I like white people and things.
Can I
finish?
Yeah, you can finish.
Okay, thank you.
You can finish.
So now, if God said He chose Israelites to be above, then He chose us to be better. Now, does that better mean we got to deal unjustly with other people? No. So like, I believe that we're better than every other race of people. But when I'm around other races, and if I'm doing business with them, I'm gonna do business with them. If I gotta have a conversation with them, I'm gonna have a conversation with them. I just prefer my people first.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong.
I don't
with
think
that.
anything's wrong with that.
I think we're the best. I think we're the best everything.
I love you for that, by the way. I just want to say, and also you for.
I like white people most.
I love you for being so super white power.
Not white power.
Whatever you are, white leader.
I don't hate other races.
White leader who wants to lead the whites, right?
Yeah. I get it. Hold on.
Let me.
White supremacists because I talk to people like you
guys. I get it. And I appreciate you guys so much right now because I'm gonna come out so hard on Jew power, right?
Let's go.
I'm gonna come out so hard on it right now. He doesn't want. I don't want to be like this guy who like goes around walking saying I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I want to try to be able to learn from everyone first of all. Hold on. Let me finish. But the fact that like I grew up knowing Hebrew and Aramaic and like advanced mathematics and like just like powerful knowledge that sets me apart from everyone, including like the gate keys to all ancient history. I do feel like I'm more special than y'all.
There you go. Say it. That's why we were asking.
I think I'm more special than y'all. And like, I don't want to gloat. I don't want to dance around you guys, but I do want to share with you guys, especially someone like you who like believes he has a deep ancient connection to this. Like, even if it's just the Hebrew language, you feel me? Like, you should learn the Hebrew language. Read the Bible in the Hebrew language, the real language it was written in. There's no disputing that. You know what I'm saying? And then Aramaic too, because Aramaic, all the best commentaries of the Bible are written in Aramaic, and there's a reason for this, and I want to teach you.
As many of you guys know, I run a free speech podcast. That comes as a price. It's being demonetized everywhere. So one way to support the podcast is to buy your books from AntelopeHillPublishing.com. Dave's selection is the Trans Industrial Complex. This book covers the money-making machine of the trans industries and shows it's not to help people, but to make money and get rich. So again, if you want to support the podcast, go to AntelopeHillPublishing.com and be sure to use promo code FIGHTBACK. That'll save you money and support me. Thank you.
As many of you know, I have many controversial guests, so that comes at a cost of being demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support the program, go to fightbackpodcast.com. And I have all kinds of merch on there, whether it's jiu-jitsu, fighting, political, and other accessories. And thanks for the support.
Because when God made the angels different from man in the sense that they do not have free will the way that man has free will made in the image of God. The angels, hold on. They were not programmed with the language of Aramaic. They do not know Aramaic. And there's some secrets from heaven that if the angels knew that man was taking it out of heaven with our free will, they would have stopped it. And the best biblical commentaries are written in Aramaic for that reason, because it's almost like a language of ancient, it's like almost like the ancient human street language, Aramaic. So those two languages, us Jews, we'd like to offer the world as a part of the collective quilt.
Let me simplify that.
And then you could crip walk all around and tell me
I
that.
think I'm better than you.
You know, like,
thank you for being honest.
Right. Yeah. I'm feeling it.
I appreciate your honesty.
Can I respond?
Thank you guys for this coming out moment. Okay. I am a Jewish supremacist.
We have no problem with that.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Can I just respond to that?
I just want to point out that you don't have to hate to be a racist. All love.
Yeah, we all agree.
Yeah.
I just want to respond to that, especially the stereotype.
We'd all feel proud of our racism.
Thank you.
Especially the stereotype.
This was a coming out moment for me. Thank you.
But I want to highlight something, is that when he's mentioned about his knowledge of Hebrew, his knowledge of Aramaic, his knowledge of math, none of that got him out of the condition that they was in. What got them out of the condition that they was in was begging other white people for help against their enemies. The Bible said the children of Israel cried to God, and God sent Moses and delivered them from their enemies. What Jewish people did was beg other white people, and then them white people went to war and freed y'all. To this day, the only reason y'all are in power is because another white man helps you. I didn't interrupt you, dude.
You're right. I'm going to self-regulate.
It's because another white man did it. God didn't help y'all. Trump helped y'all. Before Trump, it was Eisenhower. Before that, it was another president.
Okay, can I
You
respond?
gotta let me finish, man. You just talked at length. I did not interrupt you till you was done.
I'm just thinking of a good clip to make,
then
you know
just gotta really keep your lips slit.
I'll try my best.
Thank you. So when you try to make it seem like your Hebrew makes you smart, when you think your understanding of the Torah make you smart, none of that helps you get in your position of power.
You're saying that we just begged the white man. Also, what we did was we cured tuberculosis. We created the MRI machine.
Anti-Semitism.
We did a lot for the world.
Holocaust. You scream anti-Semitism. You scream about the Holocaust. You beg Trump for help at will, to where it's America's funding of you that keeps you in power. It's America's military that keeps you in power. Iran would have whooped y'all ass. And it's Trump that keeps y'all in power, not God. So your God is Trump. Your God is Elon Musk. Your God is America. So all that Hebrew shit you know is irrelevant. All that Aramaic you know is irrelevant, because if you believed in the Most High, y'all would have prayed to him, but y'all prayed to Trump. That's why men like Jake don't like Trump no more. That's why men like Jake don't like Elon Musk no more.
Trump don't like my wife. He likes his wife.
Yeah, Elon Musk can now say Jewish people are peak white because enough Jewish people went and begged and bowed down to Donald Trump. So that's all that Hebrew you know. Y'all pray to that God.
Let's give him a chance to respond. Okay, I agree with a lot of what you said. I'm not trying to be unbiased, but that's my issue with Trump and all this.
I'm gonna say,
I feel like he's betrayed.
That's why they stay in power.
Guys, his people. I had to put my hood on for this.
Let's go. Break it down.
I had to put my hood on for this.
Now watch you don't get interrupted.
God is the reason why we won all 7 wars on all 7 fronts this summer in 6 months and defeated all of our enemies within a short period of time. God is the reason why we won the 6-Day War. God is the reason why we were even brought back in 1948 to begin with, when Qadar al-Hussein was killed by a stray bullet, ending the independence. Unbelievable miracles take place daily in the land of Judah and Israel. And we export Jews from America all sorts of amazing inventions. You say that it was the white man who freed us, and the white man did this, and the white man did this. It does say in the Bible things about Esau and his descendants helping the Jewish people, as we are genetically related to the Romans. But in a much more larger context, it is important to understand one thing, that the Jews are such a powerful nation today because of our contributions to humanity. The reason why we're untouchable in the Middle East is because we have 400 nuclear warheads with the most advanced space program. It was Einstein who created the nuclear everything. So, a Jew. So when you want to talk about the Jewish contribution to humanity and why it is,
where did they get the uranium?
There were things that came through Jews that benefited the whole world, like the cure for tuberculosis, which today attributes to 500 million lives that were saved from tuberculosis, extending family life for 10 to 20 years. Unbelievable and unprecedented amounts of medical technology. So much the Jews have offered the
COVID vaccine.
world. You know, I actually think that's Nazi. I think the COVID vaccine came from Joseph Mengele, Operation Paperclip at Pfizer.
COVID vaccine started with a black
Jews
woman.
have done some good. I'm not sure the Jews have done some great things.
Yeah, the COVID vaccine started with a black woman. And you can't name a war y'all won without white assistance.
A what?
A war y'all won without white assistance.
This white
children
even the state of Israel was not even. Was that your first location?
The state of Israel?
Yeah.
You know, I believe that God can acquire salvation through any means.
I'm not asking about God.
And he chose to bring it about through secular Jews.
God.
I'm telling you what God did.
You got to hear the question.
I'm answering the question.
Hear the question again.
I don't believe that the Jews are in control of Israel. I think that God is in control of Israel.
You don't want to hear the question.
And this is what God wants.
When y'all were trying to get your state, a place to put the Jewish people, was the state of Israel the first location?
Yes.
That's a fucking lie.
No, to
the
some.
First location, y'all was
You're
going
to say
Haiti.
Uganda, but I'm not allowed to respond.
I'm not going to say Uganda.
Gas card
he doesn't even know about Uganda.
I wasn't going to start.
He doesn't even know about
Y'all was
Uganda.
looking in South America. You was looking in Haiti, and you was looking in Africa. No place wanted y'all.
You want to know
then
something?
The Palestinians decided
we
to
didn't
let y'all
believe
come
that
there.
God would
if
even
y'all
redeem us.
Children, that's a lie.
Yeah, we didn't.
That is
we went
anywhere.
We went to
that would have
Jerusalem.
allowed y'all to go. If South America would have accepted y'all,
In the Bible,
y'all would be saying the state of Israel is in South America.
You want to know
something? If Africa would have accepted y'all would have said the state of Israel is in.
And that
Africa.
is because, that is because at the time, the wandering exiles of the tribe of Judah did not think that God was ready to redeem them. We were surprised by our independence. A minority of Jews fought the independence. Not even the entire vast majority of Jews believed that independence was even a possibility.
Y'all would not have that state.
You know, my grandfather was running. My grandfather was. I'll tell you. My grandfather, a blessed memory.
And fund y'all.
Hold up, listen to this.
Y'all
my
get
grandfather.
Holocaust money. You get military money.
Damn, you guys talk like black women. You're like, I feel like there's no way to get a word in. I know I'm doing stereotype. You're stereotyping me.
I'm not stereotyping you.
I'm not allowed to stereotype you. Okay, stereotyping you is off limits. I won't stereotype.
I don't care that you do.
I know.
Again, I like to show my superiority because I don't have to do that to beat your ass in this debate.
You are.
When you say black woman,
if you want to show your superiority, you should let me. You should let me talk.
You have to go to low vibrational words.
You're right.
I don't have to do
that. I insulted you,
you didn't insult me.
Then,
I'm not bothered.
Okay, then show your superiority by letting me respond.
To the core.
Let me respond.
Somebody's saying let me respond when all you've done is interrupted. You're the child.
I'm sorry.
You're the child that's pouting. You're the child that's spoiled, that's been allowed to do whatever you want in America, and you're standing in front of somebody.
Don't hate on Jewish excellence, man. It's not that we don't do it. We don't.
We're not bothered at whatever excellency you got.
Pontificate.
But I can point out your hypocrisy.
Okay.
Which is what I'm doing.
Come on, let me speak.
I don't care about your power.
Okay, you said it. I'm a hypocrite. Let me answer. Can I answer? Okay, now show me.
What are you answering?
Give me a chance to go real quick.
Yeah, show me your superiority by let me answering in full.
What are you answering?
I honestly don't even know the question because you covered like 8 different topics. So I'm going to go back to the. I'm going to go back to the very beginning.
Ask a question. I don't have no question.
I have a couple. Here's something that bothers me as a white person, right? Like, I was always taught to hate my own people. That we we were terrible to black people, and we were. I'm not making excuses for that.
Thank you. I appreciate
we were. I apologize that. But then it was just pushed so heavily. Roots, hate myself, feeling this self-shame.
You mean like when you say roots and stuff, you're talking about from
the movie, like
all the what it would do
all the terrible people,
for us.
all the terrible stuff we've done. Like we've done some terrible stuff. Not that we haven't, but it was pushed so heavy on me. And then one day, someone sent me a list of all people making these movies, books, and also a list of who ran most of the slave ships. And then when I go, the Jews overrepresented the slave trade, and then the Jews pushed the hate and didn't show any
so we're
Jews.
going down this Jewish
I'm just going real quick. We're not going to go deep into this, but as a white person, that really bothered me.
I want to tell you about.
And I'm not saying we're innocent in this. You know, we take some guilt,
but it was
some guilt. They like to say that the Jews ran the slave trade and the white people didn't do it. Overwhelming minority of Jewish slave traders. 99% of Ashkenazi Jews during the time of the slave trade lived in abject poverty. Like Shantytown, Jamaica was like the Jewish neighborhood.
I think the historical way to say it, and I like that you said you're not taking away from the role of white people doing it.
We were involved.
But what Jewish people like to do is be innocent of any evil.
They push it all.
They try to make it seem like no.
But my ancestors didn't own any slaves or scalp any Indians.
When you go to names of the ship owners, and all of them were Jewish. The Abigail was owned by Aaron Lopez. The Crown, the Nassau, the Anna, the Eliza. Yeah, those are Jewish names. I would do the history.
Come on, if you said Shapiro, I would have felt like I got caught.
I would do the history.
Lopez.
They were
Yo, I'm not taking advantage for Lopez, Gutierrez, Hernandez, Sanchez,
and David, the Antique, the Betty, the Polly, the White Horse. There's a list of retarded. There's list of Jewish owned slaves. But they blamed it all on my people. But you'll make it seem like Jewish people didn't have a hand in it.
Yeah, Lopez is not Jewish, man. There's no world where Lopez
I feel like there was
Jewish.
a hatred driven between black and white people intentionally. The NAACP, I'm sure you
think
that was
founded by Jewish people.
Even Martin Luther,
Jewish people,
Jewish. Even Martin Luther King's speeches. Malcolm X is
so. Are we responsible for all of your guys' victimhood?
No, you're not. But I'm just pointing out how.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm
saying. You guys are both. You guys are both victims of the Jews. You guys are both that hard victims of the Jews.
If I could,
well, they did do
come on, man. Do you guys really feel like you're victims of the Jews?
A little bit.
You feel victimhood?
I don't think I'm a victim.
Don't let him do that, Jake.
I think
don't let him do it, Jake. He might be winning.
There was hatred different between me and him over things that we had.
And you think that the Jews did that?
Look who runs Hollywoods. Who made Roots? Who made?
Do you know that it was the Jews that marched on Selma with Martin Luther King Jr.?
That was kind of the point we're making.
The Jews were very involved.
This is kind of the exact point we're making.
Right.
Jews wanted civil rights in this country,
but at what cost?
You know what? Everything has like
civil rights was a detriment for black people, though.
Let me ask.
Would
you rather have been 3/5 a slave?
I would rather have had my own cities.
Okay, so
they were thriving.
Would you want to do that in your ancestral homeland of Israel?
There's Jewish.
Would you want that in your ancestral homeland of Israel? I'm not spinning.
You are because
you say that every response is
because you talk about civil rights has nothing to do with the homeland of Israel.
Has that helped?
Civil rights is in America.
All right,
civil rights did not help black people. It destroyed black people. In Jewish cities, you're allowed to have your own city. It's not infiltrated.
Where?
In Brooklyn. In Jersey, in Ramsey, New Jersey, where I'm from, there's a whole section of a Jewish city where they run it so well. If they're walking in the middle of the street, you have to yield to them no matter where they're at.
Yo, you should always yield to pedestrians.
No, I ain't say pedestrians. I said what listening is an art. I said wherever they are in the middle, if they walking in the middle of the street, if they're walking in the yellow, you have to yield to them because they own that city. That's in Ramsey, New Jersey.
You mean if they're like jaywalking?
When civil rights,
you mean
anywhere.
What are we talking about right now?
Listening is an art.
I'm trying to understand. Are we talking about jaywalking?
One more time.
Okay, but it's jaywalking.
Just all you gotta do is listen.
Okay, is it if it's jaywalking, use the word jaywalking so I understand.
You know what jaywalking is if I say it though, right?
I do.
Thank you. So if they're walking anywhere in the street, you have to yield to them.
So it's not considered jaywalking. If you're walking across the street anyway.
You have to ask that city.
But is it only for Jewish people?
Here's my point. Yes, because it's their city. But when civil rights,
I'm just kidding.
Civil rights,
it should be a pedestrian. That should be a lawsuit for anyone.
When civil rights hit black people, we lost our education, we lost our businesses, we lost our families, we lost everything. When we were under Jim Crow, we still had our cities. There was no redlining.
Black doctors
coming in.
We
had black doctors, we had black teachers, we had black everything. And then you Jewish bastards come in.
No, it wasn't the Jewish bastards. It was GM.
Uppity rich black people.
Yo, did you see the Crips and the Bloods, the Saga of Sadness by Tony Muhammad? Did you see that movie? Did you see that movie?
And then because they wanted to join your people, sacrificed ours. So civil rights destroyed the black community.
I want to ask you something. Did you see that movie by Tony Muhammad called The Crips and Bloods, The Saga of Sadness? Did you see it?
I never
Yo, this is one of the best civil rights movies you've ever seen. You know who he is, right?
I know who Tony Muhammad
He's the head of the Nation of Islam, a good friend of mine for a very long time.
On the West Coast, I believe.
I'm from LA, so I'm really invested into making sure that LA is a safe place for all Angelinos. It's very important to me.
But what is the point? Where are you going?
So Tony Muhammad in his video basically talks about what ended the uppityness of the black community. In the 1940s and 50s, the black community was really the bulk of the industry that created the automotive industry.
Yeah.
And there were like the black car club was like the biggest thing in LA. It was just like the lowriders and the white people. They all had these car clubs.
This is all before civil rights,
and
the points we're making.
And so listen what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So GM and
you about to blame it
Chrysler
on the job?
GM and Chrysler and the fact this is what Tony Muhammad says. This guy doesn't even want to listen to Tony Muhammad. He just wants to blame me for repeating what Tony Muhammad says.
I don't believe you. I would have to watch it.
He said the automotive industry was single-handedly responsible for the absolute destruction of the black community in LA, and it was through the persecution of black car clubs. And he documents it in this really beautiful way that like shows unbelievable context. You should listen to Tony Muhammad. He's a very smart man.
That is a lie.
But Tony's not a smart. You don't think?
No, I don't know who he is.
See, watch the movie before you say it's a lie. Watch the movie.
And when Tony Muhammad watched this, he's not going to listen to that and say, Captain Tazariak was calling.
He's going to be like,
he's
yo, Adam King, that's my jigger right
white man
is
saying is not a lie.
He's going to say that's my Jewish friend right there.
Right.
Marcus Garvey, do you know him?
Yeah.
He was deported out of the country by Jews. He was a huge black
by Jews.
Yes, his own.
Who
words.
was the one that deported him?
It was a judge. A Jewish judge and
your
Jewish
mic
attorney.
is
I
falling.
don't know their names, but I could look it up.
But they were Jewish. You know for sure it was Jewish, but you don't know.
He was a very strong, powerful black leader.
Marcus Garvey. I love Marcus Garvey. Why can't we get a? Why can't we all?
Man will limit the destruction of the black
why
family
can't we
structure,
all?
the black cities.
Do you guys want to know who inspired
That's
my?
not the limit.
What more? Then I'll do some attacks on
you.
you.
Do you guys want to know who inspired my civil rights activism?
Who?
And I'll tell you, I'm a friend of the family.
Right in your bone.
I am a friend of the family to this day. To this day, his oldest daughter is like one of my life mentors, Malcolm X, and his daughter Ambassador Shabazz. I love her dearly.
You
I'm gonna say
homies or no?
His oldest daughter Ambassador Shabazz. I'm very close with her.
I don't believe that.
What did Malcolm say about that?
Yo, you should see our text chain, man. This woman even advises me on the women that I date. She gives me dating advice.
You know what
I'm saying?
Her father's probably turning in his grave.
No, he's actually not.
He would not want his daughter to a non-black.
Do you want to know?
When he was alive, he said we can't have no white unity.
When I was
we
16,
have black unity. So it's
okay,
hard
let
for
me
me
answer.
to believe that he would do that. That's what Malcolm X is quoted as saying. Malcolm X is the right.
This is
left the
Jake.
nation.
Say that louder. Jake.
Towards the end of his life, he started unifying with whites because he went to Mecca and he realized that white people could be his brother.
I'm not saying that.
So hold on, Tazariak, listen to me, Swifty.
So when he did that, but when he came back to America, he still said we cannot have no white unity until we have.
I can't believe I'm like fighting you over Tony Muhammad.
That's it.
That's crazy.
I'm not fighting.
I know you're saying I'm wrong, and I'm like trying to teach you about Tony Muhammad, and you don't even want to know about Tony Muhammad. I have like one or two more that
I'm gonna try to get some text on him too. I'm trying.
No, it's not an attack. I just want to respond.
I'll actually answer. I won't spin like he's been doing.
I'm not trying.
Yeah,
we're coming to this conversation with, like I said before this conversation, there's a million directions we could take the conversation. You're trying to like find a blame win.
This is not a blame win.
Let me speak. Damn, dude.
You're not crying about that. This is not no blame win. This is an open discussion, question and answer.
These are things Jewish people have done.
And you can't answer questions. It's not a blame thing.
It doesn't mean you're responsible
for answer questions because you don't stop talking.
There's nobody more victim blaming than Jewish people. You say anything about it, it's anti-Semitic.
The Holocaust.
Am I allowed to speak here? Is it
this.
Okay, let's give
you don't understand my pain. You don't do this. That's Jewish people. That's true. Y'all the biggest crybabies.
This is the most anti-white podcast. Being a peak white, I have to say this is so discriminatory to whites. I'm like boiling in my white blood over here.
Jewish blood.
That like the peak white is being spoken over all the time like this.
This is crazy, man.
Like,
go ahead, get it off your chest, crybaby.
Crybaby.
Cut it loose. Go on both of us if you want.
Okay, so what was I talking about before?
We don't even know.
Because you keep interrupting me.
I got more questions, though. I got more
questions.
All right,
trying to
so
get off,
here's what we're going to do, okay?
We're talking about the slave trade, how that was blamed on us.
This motherfucker tells me to hurry up.
That one bothered me. And all the anti-white books.
Okay, I remember what I want to say now.
Like Arthur Koestler, your own fellow
Are you guys capable of going into a better world? Or do you feel you need to literally like blame the Jews for every single thing?
We want a better world, but we want the Jews to stop attacking us.
Like he wants to blame the Jews, but then say we're not the Jews
attacking whites.
He wants to say we're not the Jews.
No. If you for that question you asked, right? For a better world, I don't want to blame.
Do you think the world is only better if my people aren't in it? Or like, what do you think? Do you think we have any contribution to give?
There's some contributions.
Like the Hebrew language, maybe?
Here's what a better world is. A better world is for the children of God to be in charge. Because
Amen,
when the children
brother.
of God,
I'm about that life. I'm about that life.
The children of God are in charge, the earth would be better. You know, the children of God are not in charge because the earth is not better. And that's what the Bible says. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
You speak so much.
This earth is not rejoicing because you guys and your white brothers are in charge.
Yo, dude, he's saying I should be Zig Heiler.
Now, but to answer the question, wait, let me just say one more.
Can I be Wanghoff after this?
Let me say
does this qualify as Wanghoff?
If
I don't even get to be Jewish, do I get to be Wanghoff? I mean, come on,
we don't want to
man.
blame white people. We don't want to blame when we point out points of history that happen. That's not blaming. That's just talking about history.
Jews are like
the whole point of going over history.
White people weren't involved.
Like when people go,
if I said I had nothing to do with it, that would be a lie.
When people talk about the Holocaust,
how did my family do the slave trade from the ghetto and poverty?
You know what?
99% of Ashkenazi Jews.
You teach the Holocaust so you can learn the lessons how you got into it, and then how you can get out of it, how you can avoid. When we teach the history of Black people in America, the reason why white people like yourselves and white Americans don't want to hear that because there's a level of accountability that they have to take for the role that their ancestors played in it. If what happened to Black people was done by Chinese or Japanese people, Jewish and whites wouldn't have an issue with us talking about it because then they won't feel blamed.
Yeah, I don't care if you talk about it.
But because they're blamed for hearing about it, it's like we can't get over it.
Look,
but they never forget 9/11. They never forget Memorial Day. They never forget the Holocaust. They never forget anything.
Well,
so we don't
9/11. They didn't forget that. The motherfucker
did
that.
But so we don't say it in a way. It's not about blaming. So we don't need to blame nobody. But as we build, we just want y'all to stay out of Black business.
They'll also never admit anything wrong. Like even Palestine, they'll be like, no, we didn't go in and slaughter them.
Yeah, okay, hold on. For the record, let it show that I'm the only one who would be willing to build the third temple. But outside of that, I just want to hit on a point that Tazariak said that I really wanted to emphasize and focus on for this podcast.
Which part? Okay. What's that?
Building your own communities.
Mm-hmm.
Separate by race?
Like, don't hate on Jewish excellence because we build with our own and we create unbelievable economies with our own.
I respect that
and
part.
we build the nations of the world together with whoever wants to do business with us becomes billionaires. Like people literally get blessed through people who have my genetics. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, people get blessed through like our genetics. People buy our doctors save lives. You know what I'm saying? How many emergency room visits in America were done by a doctor saving the life of a fellow American who was just wheeled in from either a car accident or some tragedy? Countless. And that's not to say to the exclusion of other races that other races didn't contribute in this capacity, but Jews overwhelmingly have blessed people through our Jews are overwhelmingly blessed people, especially when it comes to money. And there's a reason why we're the nation builders of the world. Now I want to share with you guys something. This book that I'm holding in my hands right here. This book is called Shemot HaTzadikim. This greater book is called Kobo LeYeshuot. It's only really printed by the Breslover Hasidim.
What is that called again?
This book is called Kobo LeYeshuot. It means all of the salvations. And it's a book of salvations that's published by a Hasidic group called Breslov, which is my ancestral lineage through the Ashkenazi culture. I love my Hasidic ancestry. It's just, I'm so proud of it. So in this book, it says it's called Shemot HaTzadikim, and it's just a book of lineages. This page right here, Adam, Chava, Hevel, Shet, Hanoch, Methuselah, Noach, Shem, Ve'ever. It lists the first generation, 7 generations of humanity. This book goes through every single generation in chronological and alphabetical order, only listing the right people, the righteous people who lived at that time. I'll give you an example of something extremely important that Jews contribute to humanity. It's biblical knowledge. Here is,
you don't have biblical
hold
knowledge.
on, here is one. This 36 men that came to King David, Giborei David, Yishavam ben Achmoni, Eliezer ben Dodo Achochi, Avshai Achi Yoav, Beniel ben Yoyada, Asael Achi Yoav, Elchanan ben Dodo Mibeit Lechem.
We don't need all these names. Yeah, we're talking about
this is the history of the world. You think you're descendant of the Jews and it's important. You think that the Messiah is descendant of King David, and somehow you don't think that this knowledge of King David is important for humanity.
No, what I'm asking you,
Do you have these names?
It's just not tied in.
Do you have these names?
It's not relevant for this debate, though.
Book.
I want to share with you more. It goes through every generation.
Want to hear the name of every
I'm not going to say the name.
No, but what is the
I'm not going to say the name. What I'm going to say is that in every single generation, I'll tell you, because in every single generation, these books,
like filibuster.
Every single generation, there is a righteous person. 20,000 names from every single generation.
That's Jewish.
I'm a righteous Jew today. I'm a fallen sinner, but as a sinner, you're not judged by how you fall.
How can you?
We have George Soros. We have George Soros.
You are a drug addict. You are a drug addict.
I could choose to not engage in anything that I want. What drug do I do?
You told me you smoke weed.
Okay, so marijuana.
Whatever it is.
I sometimes eat marijuana gummies.
You're a drug addict.
Why does that make me a drug addict?
How can a drug addict be righteous?
Why is that? Why, if I eat gummies occasionally, why does that make me a drug addict?
So what you're saying is you get high.
If I get high occasionally, does it make me a drug addict?
Yes.
If I take a drink once a week on Friday night, does it make me an alcoholic? No. So if I eat a gummy,
you get high every day.
That's crazy logic.
Did you take gummies before you came here?
I did take a gummy today. Yeah,
he's high as fuck right now.
But that's not a drug addict.
Real quick,
that's not a drug addict. That was me coming here.
I want to hit one more thing.
I can literally.
Scared to death. He said, "Let me get some."
I literally don't. I wasn't even gonna eat it. I wasn't even gonna eat a gummy, but I thought this was such a ridiculous conversation. I needed something to make me laugh on the inside.
Real quick,
it is ridiculous. I'm not even allowed to share my lineage on camera like I just did. But at least I got the book.
No one wants
to hear that. I can tell you who in this book
you can read a book.
It's not relevant in our context.
We live in a totally imperative world.
I'm trying to read this book for the podcast.
This is me in the book.
Read it.
Hold on.
Read it.
I'm gonna give one more thing. I'll just use them. Then I'll try to come.
Are you gonna throw my book away?
Then I'm gonna look for some.
If you're gonna throw my book away, then I'll give it to somebody else. Do you have a copy of my book?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
You do?
Look, Indian giver. You better.
I'll make you a deal.
If you're gonna throw away my book,
I never said I was gonna throw it away.
You should read it. It'll teach you about Judaism.
I got one more thing.
And Torah and the Bible.
Then I'm gonna do some attack on the. I'll look for some attacks on them. Another attack. Just back to.
It'll help you be a better Jew.
I was just really bothered when I realized all the white people bashing white people when all of a sudden they attacked like, oh no, I'm Jewish. So that really bothered me.
Right.
That's when I first started having a problem. But what are your thoughts on hip hop culture and who created that? Because Ashkenazi Jews were the main people that were deciding who to push, and they pushed people that were encouraging to kill black people, to do drugs, to be.
I'm glad you brought that out. So hip hop as a culture at first was not like what it is today.
Exactly.
Hip hop culture was more so a form of expression.
Exactly.
It was music we played, we danced, we would talk about what's going on in the community, XYZ like that. Then you had the Jewish community come into it.
Another victimhood.
And when
but is it
you
wrong?
come into the Jewish community, like Leo Cohen said, he wouldn't let his kids listen to this music.
Is that the
Leo
guy?
Cohen said
he
wouldn't let if a hip hop artist was rapping positive music, he wouldn't push him.
Who's a black artist today? Who's a black artist today that does positive music?
So what they decided to do is push the violent. And so when you take people that are trying to get out of their poverty at a time in the 80s and 90s, getting out of their poverty, you can have, like you said, the Tribe Called Quest. You can have Boogie Down Productions. You have
Boogie Down Productions.
You can have X-Clan. You have a lot of black people that
you're blaming
not to gangbang.
You're saying Public Enemy is like Jewish violence. I mean, come on, dude.
Music is subjective.
Dude,
music is not one way. So music is not meant to just be all positive. You can have love music. You can have hardcore music, but there was always a lane for everything.
Yeah.
When the gangster rap started coming out, that's when they start slowly eliminating every other form of music.
Big shout out to
made it cool
big shout out
to kill each other and
say
then
the N-word, to call each other that, to like
exactly. So
no other race calls themselves an insult.
You guys are having a bonding moment
that's
right
where
now. I'm gonna
that's
let you
where
bond
that
over
part
this.
comes into play, and the importance of understanding that is so we can stop allowing them to control the music that we make. Even in the early 80s and 90s, when music was coming out, there was a term called no sellout.
Yeah.
And it was about not selling out your music to make money. And then what the so-called Jew did was just push money into your
life.
But
I did
you
it.
had the speaker.
No, it was me. I did it. I called Leor Cohen. I called Leor Cohen, and I was like,
to make this money,
yo,
you had to
Leor,
rap this way.
make them do it.
So people chose the money.
Jews, Leor. It's not you.
How many?
No, Leor.
It's
not just
take a person.
No, Leor, you can't get all the credit. You have to get all the Jews have to get the credit.
We're dropping
all the Jews have to get the credit, Leor.
Right now that he's.
So you take a poor
all the
kid
Jews.
in the
Hold on, I got a call coming in.
And he says, "Okay, I want to make this positive music.
George Soros.
This is how he knows we're hitting right
But
now.
if I make
you better, George,
music, they're gonna give me
money. It better be all of us, George,
because he wants to pay. And so that's what the Jewish
collective guilt, or you don't get to do it, George Soros.
They know that
we're going to attack black people in a second too.
Like in the Bible, it says oppression makes a wise man mad. And when you have a people in poverty and oppressed, they will do things that they normally wouldn't do.
I get
when
that.
you look in the history of the Jewish and German wars, you will see that there were Jewish people that would work with the Germans, because and they would say, "Well, we was poor, we was in poverty, we was under that." And the thing about Jewish people and white people, they can understand their pain, but they can't understand nobody else's pain.
It's hard to understand.
So when we explain that people are in oppression and they're doing things out of oppression, it's like we're making excuses. But when they were in their pain and they were trying to survive, and so to not die, I'm going to unalive some of my fellow Jewish brothers, some of my fellow Jewish mothers, they'll understand that. But when black people are trying to survive and they struggle with the same thing, there is no understanding of that. That's the hypocrisy. That's why he chose to talk while I was talking, and that's why I ignored him and kept talking.
Well, imagine if Jewish kids were pushed to do drugs and kill each other, but I mean they're well off. But if they weren't, a lot of them don't have fathers. They're told it's like, I would be angry if I was a black person.
Right.
As a white person, I'm angry because it's caused violence to us too. It's like,
and that's why we're
I think
angry.
that was
so
a
when
huge
we go out
detriment.
and teach, so a lot of times racism.
I'm trying to get some tax on him too soon.
Racism.
No, I'm not even looking for an attack. I'm looking for a point of unity.
Racism is
can we unify?
Will
can we help the black community here?
Exciting. When you have racist conversations.
Okay, I want to acknowledge something. I want to acknowledge something.
Let me just finish. When you have racist conversations, it's always going to be the exciting thing because that's the frenzy. But if people actually listen to what we as Israelites say, we're more so talking about our people. To stop the evil that they're doing, to stop the drug dealing, stop the abortion, stop the murder.
I had black actors on. I couldn't believe how like you attack his own people.
You know what I mean? Like we attack our own people, so we do two things at once.
You're acknowledging the problems of your culture, and I respect that. The problems of my culture too,
and we're part of the problem too.
But Jews won't acknowledge any problem in their culture.
Exactly.
Like, so you just acknowledge a ton of problems.
Well, I just came to terms with the fact that I'm the superior race. So, like, let me have it before, like, I have to start thinking about the problems in my.
If you were superior race, you would need help from another white people.
I'm just clowning, dude. Let me. I don't want to make something so light. I want to talk about. Hold on.
Black people are also partially responsible for that, and you acknowledge that. But like they,
I want to say something. I want to say. Let me say.
That's why you know they from Satan.
Okay, let me tell you what's coming off the desk of Satan right now. Okay, since that's all I'm allowed to be, right? Let me just speak from the desk of Satan, right? So, like, I really genuinely feel very, very sad for America, primarily because of the suffering of the black community. Like, I feel like America could be so great if we all succeed together. And so, like, I'm about that life of trying to elevate situations and make, you know, I think, for example, like doing this interview and having a conversation, you know, like it's kind of like doing business together, and it's just like a point of contact that didn't exist before. And like, I'm about that. And that's like, well, that's why I used to meet with Tony Muhammad. We would meet like once a month at least to just talk and to create bridges and to keep them open for the sake of the American people. You know what I'm saying? From two distinctly diverse and somewhat opposing communities. Now, I don't want to clown or anything like that, but like, or joke about suffrage. Hold on, if I could just, I want to say that, like, I know my history very well, and my Ashkenazi Jewish roots. I'm just to give slight context. I'm the 5th generation on both sides from LA, the 7th in America. So we came shortly after the Civil War to this country, and my family has borne witness. We got
expelled during the Civil War.
We actually got expelled from you.
Shockingly, right?
The 109 that came to America was from Ukraine on my mother's side. there was a horrible pogrom that happened in Ukraine.
Ukraine? Oh, you're
in
from Ukraine?
Kharkov, yeah. My mother's side.
Palestine, Ukraine.
Hold on, listen.
Sorry.
My exile when I was taken captive as by the Romans and the temple was destroyed.
You was not.
I'm on my way back to the temple.
That was never y'all.
Okay. Then I'm going to pretend that I'm on my way back to the temple.
The N-word is in the Bible describing the Israelites. You could never be that.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish my. Okay, we'll pivot to the black.
So there's no acknowledgement that Jews were involved with that.
Hold on, you just said Leonard Cohen, right? I don't really listen. Leah, I don't even know the guy's name.
It was a bunch of.
Hold on, there's also this guy. There's also this guy Ari Emanuel, who's like a big shot in Hollywood. Right? There's people who have made.
He owns the UFC.
There's a lot of people who have made a lot of money in, Jews who like succeeded in business to like a magnanimous,
particularly hip hop.
Hopefully for me too in my career, like I want to succeed that much and be one of those excellent Jews.
That's why you're book number 1.
So you know what?
So you got them all about.
So if you were producing hip hop music, would you push that music?
First of all, I don't really listen.
Do
no,
drugs.
Absolutely not. I'm a religious man.
I'm gonna do lean. I'm gonna do Percocet.
I'm a religious.
Have you listened to hip hop music?
It's disgusting. That's why I don't listen to it. It's all about killing and sex.
Why won't you acknowledge the?
No, I do, but I don't think that Jews are writing the lyrics.
Sometimes they were. They were telling them what to write. They're telling them what they wanted.
The Bible, the Jews of the Bible, and like the Jewish community doesn't gather up at the Elders of Zion meeting and say, "Oh, we're all gonna go in."
Yes,
maybe you're just not invited.
Yes, y'all do,
dude. Yes, I was at the Elders of Zion meeting.
That's how you know.
It did not come up.
Yes, it did.
I swear it did not come up.
Hell yeah!
I swear.
Yes, it did.
There's an organization I sit on above the Elders of Zion. You want to know what it's called?
Have Jews ever?
You want to know what it's called?
Or they always just kicked out for no reason?
Hail Satan.
No, not at all.
I need some tax on the flag.
It's called the Lamed Vav.
Let me look up. So I didn't find some attacks on
there you go.
It's even higher than the Mossad.
Maybe you'll actually admit your mistakes, though.
Yeah, I will.
It's even higher than the Mossad. You guys want to know?
No, man.
Okay,
never
the white
Jews have
never done anything wrong.
They don't want to know. They don't want to know about the Lamed Vav. They don't want to know.
No, you guys have never done anything wrong. So
they don't want to know about the Lamed Vav. They just want me to.
You guys have never done anything wrong. Kicked out of places for no reason.
Jake, I'm sorry that we did the slave trade and blamed it on you.
Thank you.
Well, y'all did it together, but see, Jake will
admit he had nothing to do with it.
It was
Jewish.
I very clearly said we had a part.
He was just a mindless Gentile being dragged along to the slave trade. I did it.
Y'all would have been
going never admit
I did it.
They're always the victims.
Jews did not have ships. Let me just tell you.
Yes, they did. They're the main ship holders.
Ask ChatGPT what percentage of Ashkenazi Jews in 1750 were poor. What do we? Can we ask Grok?
We ask Google. Oh, Jew.
Can we ask Grok? Can we ask Grok?
Grok's been neutered too.
Elon like y'all peak white to Elon.
The Elon don't like me.
It's an honor to finally be included in the white community.
People thought Elon was white. When Elon,
I'm
when
weighing
Trump
off
got in office,
fuck now.
Elon did this here with the hell. That was the hell.
Like my brother Elon.
White people went berserk.
Dude, I don't know what's happening, but it might be the time that Jews are weighing off all of a sudden. Like I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The white side.
I think that Nick Fuentes probably has the final say. So if Jews get to be weighing off,
I just talked to Nick.
But if this guy is telling me that I'm white,
Nick is,
and I'm not even allowed to be the Jew, then
you're not a Jew.
Then I have to be included in weighing off.
Yeah, you're not a Jew though.
Then Tazariak says I'm weighing off.
I didn't say you weighing off, but you're definitely not a Jew.
Then what the fuck am I if I'm white?
You're a white man.
I'm not.
You're the tribe of Amalek.
I'm not.
If you want to know the tribe,
I'm the Amalek.
If you want to know the tribe,
I'm the Amalekite. I'm the Amalekite.
Yeah, you're the Amalekite.
He is not a white man.
It's true, guys. The Amalekites secretly infiltrated the Bible, and we learned Hebrew, and we started doing all the mitzvot.
All you are is a tribe of Esau.
Yo, do you wear these on the corners of your garment? No. Why not? The Bible says to do it.
That's not fringes.
Let me ask you some
These
hard
are
questions.
the 4 fringes.
That's not fringes.
Let me give him some hard questions now. Let's
hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. How can you guys say that both black people, Mexican, Native Americans are all Jews when you guys are 3 separate races?
So for us, biblically speaking, we don't say that we're all Jews. Okay. So what we say is Mexicans are the tribe. That's what I do. So the Mexicans are the tribe of Issachar. What's the other tribe?
It's called Issachar. Let me help you with your Hebrew again. Issachar.
Okay, so
and Mexicans.
Got you. So
come on, dude. Let me Jew you up.
The tribe of Issachar.
Issachar.
Native Indians are the tribe of Gad.
God.
Blacks are the tribe of Judah.
Yehuda.
So like the West Indians are the tribe of Benjamin. So
Benjamin.
when we went into the Bible, so we went into the Bible and we went to history. You can find in history where the native Indians spoke Hebrew. Seminole Indians spoke Hebrew. They said, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah, Hayanawa, Yahweh, Akkad, which means, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. They said that.
Yo, say that one more time.
In a good book
Can you say that one more time?
Lost Tribes in Promised Land.
Come on,
you'll
say
see
it one more time,
Montezinos and them went, and as they're looking at the native Indians, they're seeing the fringes on their garment, not that shirt, not that thing.
The stuff true that you're saying. Right. I just discovered this last
night. It couldn't be. It couldn't be me.
When the Mexicans was keeping the Feast of Tabernacles,
over
the
here.
separation when women were on their cycle and flower. So when we start finding that history, we start discovering, oh, they're connected to the 10 lost tribes, not these people. So we're not emotional because, of course, most people think I'm a black supremacist.
Yeah.
But when, like, question that you asked, now, if the Mexicans are part of me and my brother, how can I be a black supremacist if the native Indians are, if the Puerto Ricans, if the Dominicans?
Part I find a little
so there's
confusing,
12, so it's hard when people say I'm a black supremacist, but then I have all these ethnicities that people would say I'm not a part of. That's why you asked the question. So if the Bible says that, if the Bible and history shows that they're an Israelite, then they're an Israelite. So it's not about your skin tone. It's not about your complexion. It's who you are tribally, because we can make any color. You can be extremely light. You can be extremely dark. Even with the Africans. Yeah. So we'll say we're not Africans because Africans come from
you
Ham.
guys and sold you into slavery too.
Yeah. And even that's another thing. Even if I was an African, knowing that an African sold me, I'm not going to love them. You sold me into this captivity.
I mean, you can't blame the current ones,
right? But biblically speaking,
that's not your people.
Exactly. Biblically speaking,
once, that's not my people.
Exactly. Biblically speaking, Africans are from the tribe of Ham. So Ethiopians, Egyptians, Libyans, Canaanites, they are what you call Hamites. The Shemites would be like us, white people are Shemites, Japanese, Arabs, they're all Shemites. That's why even the term anti-Semitic is weird, because if Semitism should cover all Shemitic people, and then you have one Shemitic people trying to own it, they're anti-Semitic, because how dare they eliminate the other Shemitic people from being able to use that term.
They're the only ones that get to use it.
Which is dumb, because Abraham was separated from Shem. Abraham separated from his father. So it's really Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So we are Hebrew. You could be an Israelite and you can speak Hebrew, but technically that's what we are.
Yeah. I had a really interesting guest one second ago, really interesting guest on, we didn't get in this podcast, but he was telling you all this stuff, all these things that look like the Jewish in like Florida and stuff that had been there long before, like
Puerto Rico,
the hats they wore.
Yeah.
This guy, Dr. Longo, is
in Puerto Rico. There's a lot of Hebrew artifacts on the island of Puerto Rico.
There are some real possibilities of being lost tribe.
Definitely.
You also said there could be a lost tribe in like Scotland Island, so I might be a fellow Jew.
His name is Jacob Rothschild, everybody.
So we might find
Jacob Rothschild over here.
I'll be at the house hanging out with you.
Jacob Rothschild over here.
I went to the house last night. Everyone tell me, bro, you're so dumb going there by yourself. I'm like, bro, they're not going to fucking kill me.
Okay, so this is all I'm going to say, right? So if you guys are all these Jews, there's all these people that go out, they call them the Bnei Yisrael. And I don't really get into this stuff, but I'm all for everybody getting ahead in life and doing what they got to do to get ahead. So like, I would suggest that you connect with these people. Like there's this guy, Rudy Rochman, who's really involved, right? And he's all about this thing. I'm not so about this, like the Lost Tribes of Israel thing. But for the lost, hold on. Let me finish.
Shouldn't you be?
Okay, I will. So because I am about the Lost Tribes of Israel, I think that it's so important that the Lost Tribes of Israel start doing the mitzvot of the Torah, the 613 laws that Moses gave. Because if you guys are really the Jews and the real deal McCoy, the world comes into salvation when you start doing these 613 laws. So I just want to say that if you are the Jew Tazariach, first of all, I'd like to know what the name Tazariach means. But secondly, I would like for you to take upon you right now to start doing the mitzvot that God commanded the Jewish people. Because I believe in the word of God.
Okay,
and he said to the Jewish people, do these 613 things.
He never said do these 613 things. I'm going to tell you why. You're a man, right?
I am a man.
So you don't bleed once a month, right?
I do not bleed once a month.
You don't have kids, right?
I do not have kids.
So you just no, you don't have, like, you don't birth kids.
No, I do not birth kids.
Right. You just eliminated laws. That's why it's stupid.
Yo, I didn't know, man.
Let me just finish. That's why it's stupid to say we have to keep 613 laws.
What are you talking about, though?
I'm gonna tell you. So there's laws when a woman menstruates, she's unclean for 7 days.
The Bible says
there's laws when she has a child.
Yeah.
If she has a male child or a female child, she's unclean for a certain amount of days.
Yeah.
You're never going to keep or break that law.
Right.
So
not all of the 613 apply to everyone.
That's my point.
There's 88 of them that only apply to the Kohen, the priestly bloodline, which my mother's a part of.
But when you just got finished saying, I have to keep 613, and now you're saying,
no, you don't have to keep
613 don't apply. That's why we call the white man the devil, because you're saying two things now.
Can I tell you?
Which one is it? Do I keep all 613, or do I only keep the laws that apply to me? Which one?
Okay, everybody on earth has to follow the first 7.
Just ask, can you answer that question?
I will. Not all the laws apply to you.
Thank you. You see how I just taught him?
When we say Taria,
I found some tough questions.
When we say Taria, when I say the 613 mitzvot, I'm meaning the ones that pertain to you, not the one that pertains to the priesthood or women or any of that stuff.
Right.
Just the ones that.
I wanted that just
for instance, I'll give you an example. Like if you're like hungry in a desert, for example, right? And like you stumble across an oasis in the desert, and you see in the tree there's like some eggs, and you haven't eaten in days, and you're hungry. Like one of the laws of the Torah, the 613 laws, is you have to chase the mother bird away before you take its eggs.
Can we read that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's it at?
It's called Shaluach HaKan.
Where's it at in the Bible?
It's in the first 5 books.
Where?
Do you want me to get an exact quote?
I ain't never heard that you got to chase the mother away. You ever heard of that, dog? You got to chase
heard
the mother.
Of the Bible.
You got to chase
I'm trying to find some tough questions for you. I know you'll answer them.
I'll tell you the questions.
You're not giving me very good ones. I see like one that's pretty tough. Though. We'll throw that one at you in a second. There's one that's pretty tough.
Eat eggs.
Torah. Before you take the eggs from the mother, you have to overcome your hunger. Shaluach HaKan is in Deuteronomy 22, 6, and 7.
Let me see. Deuteronomy
22, 6, and 7. I'm just giving you one that you got to do. If you're a Jew, you got to do this thing. The Bible obligates you to do it.
Before thee in the way or in any tree on the ground, whether they be young ones, but thou shalt anyway. Wait, I'm sorry. And
22:6.
That's what I'm reading. I'm just skimming through it. Whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young and upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee when thou mayest prolong the days. That's not saying what you're saying. So if I read it, said if a bird's nest,
Deuteronomy 22.
I'm reading it. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
The mother.
So
it's called dam is a mother.
I know what the dam is. So how y'all are interpreting
you
that.
Shall read the next one. Read the next one.
Thou shalt anywise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee.
You shall shaluach HaKan. Shaluach in Hebrew means to send away the mother.
But y'all translate. But you just said if you're
what
hungry,
does this say, Jake? You shall surely send away the mother.
Wait, but
I'm giving you an example of when that law might come into effect. It's like not a law that like comes about accordingly. It's not something that happens every day. But the way I read this,
if you walk in and you just
Shabbat. I do Shabbat. Do you do Shabbat?
Yeah, I do Shabbat.
What do you do for Shabbat?
We do Sabbath service, and then we go to camp and teach.
Do you guys like candles and stuff?
No.
What do you do? How do you bring it in? I'm curious. This is just me wanting to learn.
The Sabbath is just a rest day.
How do you start the Shabbat?
So when the sun goes down,
it starts.
You just rest.
Do you say anything?
No, you don't have to.
Like thanks God, Shabbos, nothing like that.
We don't have to do that. We have a Sabbath service.
We light candles, and then one of the there's 3 laws in the Bible that actually do pertain to women. Tarat Mashpacha, which is what you said about bleeding, the menstruals. It's the laws of menstruation. And then there's women have the law of chala. It's called chafrashat chala. They're required before the Shabbat in the 613 laws to bake bread and take a part of the bread and put it on the oven and burn it in like this offering actually. And there's a blessing
for
to
the Sabbath.
Yeah, it's in the Bible. And then Hadliknerot Shabbat, which is the lighting of the Shabbat candles. There's an actual law. You have to light the Shabbat candles.
We're gonna all do Shabbat together after.
Yeah, bro. Tazariach and Jake for Shabbos.
Let me throw a couple.
Tazariach and Shields Shabbaton, folks. It's going down in Judahtown.
Let's attack him for a minute.
Yeah, let's go.
One of these.
We don't have to attack. Let's build together.
Yeah,
let's not attack. Let's just build something.
I just ask tough questions. I mean, okay.
He just learned that he has to like do all these things in the Bible.
No.
If
you don't have to do the first 5
Israelis,
books?
why have civil rights groups like the ADL and SPL? It says, if you guys are the real Jews, then why does the ADL and SPLC say you're a hate group?
Come on, you're so funny.
No, I have a real tough question. But that,
Come on,
that
give
was,
him.
But that was,
Dude,
that
this
was,
guy could speak English. Give him like something other than an underhanded pitch, man.
Okay, no, I'm gonna
You know,
I got a real one coming.
Okay, ask the real one.
Okay, you want to ask the real one?
That's the real one. We all don't like the ADL.
No,
I think that I'm the king. The ADL has nothing on me. Like, I'm not here to like let other people rule the Jewish people in my name. So whatever.
Here's a real tough one.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2019, Jersey shooting carried out by individuals connected to you guys killing white people. What's your do you have any statement on that or
So actually when that happened, the news media actually came to my leader, Commander Jenny Hanna, to interview him because it was this whole thing. The person didn't say they was Israelite. They found some memorabilia in the house. It was like a flyer or something. And so they just proposed that he was an Israelite.
So he wasn't actually part of the organization?
No, he wasn't a part of the organization. We condemn the whole thing. We don't agree.
Thank you. Do you condemn violence?
We condemn unjust violence.
Do you condemn violence
like what
in
y'all
America?
do to them Palestinians?
Hold on, in America. I'm talking about America.
I mean,
American to American.
Do
you guys condemn violence in America?
Very specific event. I think it's for now.
Ask him if he condemns
he
violence.
hate not being.
Well,
that's
he hate not being the center.
You can't just say
he hate not being the center. You a child.
I condemn violence in America.
Sometimes violence is needed though.
In America?
Yeah, that's why I said
with civilians.
We hate
rarely no terrorist attacks, but like.
Do you think terrorist attacks on civilians?
No,
is justified?
I don't think it is.
But,
okay, so that's all I'm saying. Can we all agree that open firing?
No, there's a very specific event that was a very serious.
You're talking about
white people were killed by a black guy for racial hatred, and they were trying to blame his organization.
Right, and we're against that. So I'm not. So the Bible says. So here's a good understanding. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 23:7, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite," meaning we should not attack white people.
Yeah,
just because they're white, just because they say something. So we're against anybody that does any type of violent crime. Yes,
perfect. This is great.
We strongly condemn that. The only type of violence that we condone is if someone is being attacked and you defend yourself. That's not violent. That's self-defense.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So if you're self-defending yourself, okay. But if you're going on offense to take somebody,
why do you think this event was pushed on you guys? Just because they wanted to push a narrative of?
I think when they found the memorabilia, the flyer, the propaganda, because they've been waiting. When Israelites have never like unalived somebody since I've been teaching, since we've been teaching. We'll speak about it.
Try to avoid
so we'll go out there on the streets and we might say, you white people gonna pay for this, you're gonna do that, but it's just talk. It's just
but how do we know the difference?
But we've never actually went in.
That was a big deal shooting people.
And but we've never actually went out and put hands on white people because they're white. You don't see videos of Israelites.
You guys very publicly.
Tazaria, do you think that
General also did? I asked him, and he condemned it too. So
do you think that it's okay?
Because that's disgusting and like.
I'm glad you condemn that, but do you think that it's okay to talk about doing violence to other people in the public?
Do they do that?
No, we don't talk about.
Okay, good. I'm here to vindicate.
We don't do that either.
I'm here to vindicate.
What we say is God will avenge and bring about justice. We don't advocate violence. We don't say you should harm anybody.
Right. Good.
Because then that would be good. Then if we did that
could be your fault.
They'd probably have us in jail. So hey man, go out there and do this. Go out there.
This is a good opportunity.
I'm glad you don't even think twice.
This is a good opportunity.
We do that for our own people.
I really
too.
appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I wish that my people would hear that more.
Yes.
So that we can stop black on black violence. We can stop all of that. All of those things are a plague to my people. Because we talk about what white people do to us. But black people, we commit crime against each other too. And so what we should do is we should stop that crime.
Yeah.
And I think if we stop that crime it would make it even better when we come at other nations for the crimes they do against us.
Exactly.
Because we almost.
Well, what are you going to do when you come at other
ammunition.
nations? What are you going to do when you come at other nations?
This is COINTELPRO right here.
No, it's just curiosity.
No, that's What do
you guys? What do you guys do to other nations?
Curious.
No,
what are you
destroy other nations?
He got it recorded.
Like I was thinking that this is a good opportunity.
What is he going to do to white people?
This is a good opportunity.
He just said he doesn't want to kill white people.
The Black Hebrew Israelites,
he was very clear about that.
The Hebrew Israelites, or whatever their organization,
very important
they get a lot of flack in the press. A lot of people claim that they're violent. You know, a lot of people, that's kind of like something that discredits their organization. You know, and that's like the main reputational damage. That's why it's important that you distance yourself from violence. On camera now is a great thing to distance yourself from violence.
From that organization.
And that's why I'm asking you these tough questions, because I want you to.
These not tough questions.
Well, the only reason is I want you to say that you don't support violence in the public domain, because I want you to inspire your people. Like, I don't support violence in the public domain.
Ever? What if there's a circumstance?
Civilians against civilians? No.
Never civilian. But yeah, I never support.
I'm talking about civilians. I'm talking about protesters.
I would never.
I'm talking about
civilian.
There is a time for war and there's a time for peace, according to King Solomon, and that is done by nations, not by people.
Innocent should never be.
Do you agree with that?
Killed.
It's done by.
Say it one more time.
But how can you say that
the laws of war in the Bible are for nations, not for people? We're not licensed by the Bible to like take the law into our own hands. We're influenced to seek justice. I'm with you on the justice. I want to deliver justice for Black people. You have no enemy in me.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I don't.
When Jews try to help you, how's that gone in the past?
Do
you want some more? You want some more Jewish help? Hey, brother, we'll help you.
You know,
I've yet to see Jewish help, and it benefits.
There's billions of Black people in the world.
How is BLM?
Black Lives Matter, for example.
Yeah.
You think I was behind Black Lives Matter?
They burned down your cities.
You know, I was a diplomat.
You know,
when
you look at the write up for Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter says we're about the mother, the child, and the parent, because the Black Lives Matter was Jewish people funding lesbians, and lesbians was not about fathers being.
So
in the
Act
picture
Blue is a Jew. You're saying that the Jews
fathers are needed.
And you take the father out of any race of people.
Come on, Tazaria.
That race of people is weakened.
So do you push strongly for fathers to stick around for their
children? Yeah. When you look at
the
the statistics, when Black fathers,
this guy needs to blame the Jews for everything. There's nothing I'm going to be able to say.
If the Jewish people supported Black Lives Matter, they just supported Black Lives Matter.
He just said all the problems Black people have. He's not just blaming Jews.
If I come out against Planned Parenthood,
the minute you mention Jewish, he forgets everything that you said because he's a victim blamer.
This is like
Jewish people
and Jake Shields show, and Adam gets to like watch it and try to chime in whenever he gets a word.
I don't think
he get to cry like a girl.
I think he's also acknowledged that like Black people have done a lot wrong, and he's trying to make them better. He's trying to hold them accountable. He's trying to get the fathers.
Don't talk Jewish.
Yeah, the fathers.
No, it's not about the Jewish. I'm not talking about the Jewish. I'm trying to. Okay. I'm not crybaby.
You are definitely a crybaby. You've been crying this whole
I'm asking him tough questions. Let me find one or two more. I mean, that shooting was a very serious question, but you handled it well.
I'm just giving him an opportunity.
To me, that one was like a big one. How you answered that is like a big,
he wants to call me a crybaby.
If you're like, oh, that's
okay. I don't really care. You want to know why I'm not a crybaby? Because I'm not a victim. My people, whether you think that I'm this type of white group or the real Jews or not, it doesn't matter. My genetic lineage has been totally victimized,
Jewish people,
but we still rose up to acquire excellence.
You did not rise up. You begged your white brothers.
You think they just gave all the money to the Jews?
Yes, y'all give it. How much does America give to Israel right now?
White people just give money to Jews.
How much does America?
Do Jews ever contribute anything to the
world? We give you guys money.
What about
you guys get reparations?
I really hope that like you guys don't need like a cathartic.
We've never got a dime. Y'all still get reparations.
I didn't get reparations.
Jews are the richest people in the world. They get reparations.
We didn't get reparations.
Listen, America loves
when
y'all.
Did Jews get reparations?
America is your God.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Adonai Elohim is my God.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He don't even know you.
He does.
No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
No, he does not.
Adonai, don't let him talk to me like this. I'm crying, baby. I'm a crying.
What is the purpose?
Do you like Adonai?
The preacher screaming at
is
like
Adonai
white
your God?
The Most High is my God.
Is Adonai Elohim?
Say, translated what it mean?
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Thank you.
Is he your God?
That's not
That's
your
my
God.
God.
It's not.
Oh my God. That's my God.
Revelations 2:9 says, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews.
That say they are Jews and they are not.
That's you guys, but are the synagogue of Satan. And you know what they do in that synagogue?
When are you gonna
penises?
Okay.
What they do in that synagogue?
When are you gonna start learning?
Run rampant in
When are you gonna start learning Torah? When are you gonna start doing mitzvahs?
I know Torah right now.
Do the mitzvahs.
No, what? Break down the mitzvah for us.
And there's 613. Not all of them apply to you.
That don't even make damn sense.
Let's open up to a random one.
Yeah, go get a random
one. Okay.
Yeah, we got an hour and 45, so about 15 more minutes.
Okay.
So let's think. So let's go.
Wait,
that went quick, right?
Yeah,
that went quick. So no, I'm just thinking. Okay, how can you guys say you're preaching love when you attack like white people, Asians, Arabs on the street? What would be the answer to that?
Okay. My answer to that is
some tough questions too.
That's the greatest love that we can give to our people, and this is why. Because
do you keep kosher?
There's this thing called. I'll give you an example, right? There's this thing called the dog test. I'm pretty sure you
asked him why he pushes hatred.
He asked me why we pushing hatred for white people.
But it's a Jew and black Hebrew debate. Who's the real Jew?
No, I'm asking.
Y'all white together though.
He looks at us the same.
No, I'm peak white. He's regular white.
So I'm asking him why he pushes. I go, how does he claim to be love when they push hatred on people like me, you, and Asians on the street?
Yeah.
So thank you. So let me answer the question.
So do you love me?
No.
Why not?
The fuck?
Like you said, you love everybody. Do you love me?
I do love everybody. You're
Except
just not
me.
to everybody.
I'm just not. I'm exempt. I'm still like that ghetto Jew who can't get love from.
You know, God hates Esau.
Do you
You're
really?
Edomite.
You think so? You think I'm Esau?
You are Esau.
But you don't even read Hebrew. How do you know these things?
Because you
just get like you get a feeling like a psychic intuition. You get a feeling like a
You're not an Israelite. You're Edomites.
You think I'm an Edomite?
So when
it
comes to
this is like the
hatred,
lowest,
right?
Yeah. You hate Jews, dude.
The reason why it looks like hate, right? So it's not even, we don't look at it like a hate of white people. We look at it as a hate of what white people did to us, which is different. Right.
Jews.
So
only the Jewish version of the white people.
This time I said white people.
Yeah.
Whites and Asians in them, because of the things that they've done to us, is why we can't love y'all back.
Whites and Asians. What did Asians do?
Asians come in there, they look down on us just like right now.
I'm the crybaby. You're just like crying nonstop.
Like in Psalms the 83rd
you're crying, bro.
In Psalms the 83rd chapter, it lists every nation and say that they're a confederate against the children of Israel. So there's not a nation that comes into our city, into our village.
It sounds like all the people that chant 109, 110, right? Am I right?
We have to instill love, because if our people continue to love white people, they're going to naturally hate us, because you love what they love, you hate what they hate.
Like girls with copying our hair and stuff like that.
Yep, all of that. Looking like y'all, doing like y'all, when we try to instill our culture. So it's not an emotional hate, because I'm sitting with you guys.
All right.
So it's not like I can't sit with y'all, talk with y'all, or anything.
But as a whole, you don't love my people.
The history, right. Yeah. The history of white people and black people's interaction, I hate. I can't love that, because when we were doing Jim Crow, which was a horrible time, like we couldn't eat vanilla ice cream if we wanted to laugh.
Stood up for you guys.
Up.
Yeah, we stood up. The reason why, but you know, butter pecan.
But we get no love now. We helped you.
Yeah, we created butter pecan because we couldn't eat vanilla ice cream. If we wanted to laugh, we had to stick our face in a barrel. They call it a barrel of laughs.
Yeah,
and so I can't love that.
That's a shameful part of my history, you know.
But during that time, we loved each other, even though it was a horrible time. Yeah. And so now, as we've been taught to love y'all, look at everything that we lost.
You've been taught to hate each other, it seems like.
Exactly. So because you can't do both, you can't love white and black people. You can work with one.
I think you gotta love your own people.
You don't love me, but you can talk to me.
Yeah, I respect you.
Right.
You can respect each other.
But you know that your people are who you're gonna love. And what does that do?
My people, yeah.
Right. And what that does is
marry you, no offense,
exactly. No, you're not. I don't want my daughter marrying you either. So, but what that does is it keeps you to keep your culture intact.
Yeah.
Even though you can respect me, like
that's why I love my Jewish culture.
We can work together, but
exactly. So it's the same thing for us.
That's why the culture of the Bible.
We hate another nation. It's not emotional. We just hate the history we have. We want to correct that. We want our people to love each other, so we can stop the evil that we're doing to us.
So,
and as long as we loving everybody else, we ain't got time.
Hebrew
street attacks are necessary, though.
Hebrew, let me speak at you.
We shouldn't do no street attacks.
I mean, here's the verbal attacks.
Hebrew, let me speak for a second.
Unnecessary verbal attacks are not good. And here's the crazy part. Only when black people ever say, we want to stick to ourselves, it's always an issue. But the Jewish man can stick to himself. The Asian can stick to himself. But when we say we want to stick to ourselves, it's always an issue. And I think that's because
none of us
the
think
threat that we have if we do stick together.
Yeah, do you think we'd be better off if like black people were segregated, Jews were segregated, whites were segregated?
Definitely.
Like, you think
segregated
we're not really
in the sense of
living in our own communities?
Like you have your own neighborhood, and then you meet up in the city marketplace and do business.
We live in the same country,
yes,
so we have to have interaction. But our city should be our own. Your city should be your own. I do agree with that.
Maybe make one or two states. It would be a black only state.
Listen, man, that would be dope.
Yeah,
and just get out the way.
Yo, do you even think that could possibly happen? Let's think about
the whole
real
Y'all are too afraid to let that happen.
Maybe counties. Timnah, do you know about Timnah?
Y'all are too afraid.
Do you know about Timnah?
But
Timnah was an all-black community in Texas. Yo,
what happened to it?
It was destroyed by the white man.
That's my point.
I know.
Because y'all are more afraid for us to have our own
I want you to have your own. I want you to be successful. Tazariak, I do. Why am I not allowed to want you to succeed?
Because what you're speaking
why do you need me to want you to hold you down? I don't want to hold you down.
I'm not talking
about
always
Adam.
The blacks. You know, every time you speak anecdotally. When I speak, I'm speaking as a nation. So you named the city. What's the name of the city again?
Los Angeles?
No. The city that you just said that was black.
Oh, Timnah.
Timnah was a black city that you said was eradicated by white people.
Yeah, it was a big
because of your jealousy of us.
I don't have any jealousy of black people.
You making it anecdotally?
What do you mean by like making it about myself?
Yes.
But
did you burn down the city?
Am I allowed?
Wait. Did you burn down the city that you just named?
No, I did not.
So when I say that I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the white race.
Yeah,
so
but
stop making it personal.
Yeah, but it was
that white race.
He views the two of us the same.
Yeah,
he thinks you're responsible for the burning down of Timnah.
See, why are you doing that? This is
did your family
This is the cry. This is why I called you a crybaby.
No, so wasn't you.
I don't know if
this is why I called you a crybaby. When Jake said your people, I didn't say, "Hey, why you talk about my people?" I didn't have a problem.
I'm asking
You're a crybaby.
I'm asking you one question. Hold on. Am I allowed to?
Adam cries.
Am I allowed to help you?
No. Yeah, you know what you can do? You can go to ishouldbek.com.
Oh my God! And make a donation.
Link. That's it. That's all you can.
You want that Jewish money, don't you?
You guys don't really want
all your money.
You guys want to build.
All right,
shit yourself.
but let me ask you a question.
Yeah, we want to build ourselves.
Okay, you want to build yourself. What about technology?
In the Bible.
What about technology? What about wood to build houses?
I'm asking you a question.
Is that
in the Torah when they was rebuilding? Did they want help from the other nations?
Yes.
No, they did not. They wanted to
King
build
David's
it themselves.
house was built by King Hiram's wood.
What I'm talking
you have more self-respect when you build shit yourself. You know what I think?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's in.
I'm all about you. I'm all about you guys doing your own thing. I have no harm. There's no problem about that.
When they was rebuilding,
I don't like everything he preaches, but some of it's good. You know, the fathers, the no drugs, and I don't like the white.
You know, I watched some of your videos about the like the children and how they interact with their mothers. I think that's like incredibly important work that you're doing by educating people about like proper relationships between parents and children, especially in the black community. I want to see the black community thrive in America, but thrive in the ways of family, tradition, goodness, civility, justice, you know. And so I know you and your organization are very focused on trying to improve the lives of black people. And I support that. And I want to be able to support that. I don't want to be like this eternal scapegoat that you blame every single time that you want to feel like a victim. I want to be there to be like, yo, Tazariak, let's bring in 100 tons of wood and build like 1,000 houses. You know, like, why can't we do good things together, like business and building?
They have to help themselves.
How do you move forward?
Here's what you could do. You can drop the wood off. You can drop the money off. And go about your business.
You just want it for free. That's all you want.
I don't want it for free. You offered to help.
I offered to sell. I'm offering to sell you guys.
I didn't
at good prices.
See?
Jews always got to make some money.
Always got to try to make some money.
All right, so you need a handout. So you're just saying to yourself.
I don't feel like you have more self-respect if you build shit yourself.
You asked me if you could help me. I have not asked you for shit this whole podcast.
Okay, then I don't need to help you. I don't want to help.
That's fine too.
I never
don't
ask
me.
Let me ask. I have donation links, but
I never. When I give you the only thing we want, and I don't want you to be there. See, that's the problem with white people.
No, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there.
When I say just donate.
No, because I thought you were saying donate the wood. Like I'm trying.
I was saying
I
donate
use the wood as an
get
example.
out the way. Drop the wood off and take your ass somewhere. That's what I'm saying.
All right, Woody.
You feel
Let
like
me
black
ask you a
people have to
question.
help black people, right?
Do you think
you feel like only black people can help black people?
Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
that's
the only
cool.
thing y'all
I don't
could
need
do
to help him. That's okay.
Thank you.
I don't need to help you.
There can be small
But what I will
systems
say
that way,
is
but
if you are the Jew,
if
you are the Jew, hold on. Let me fucking say one damn thing. Because I'm going to cry if you don't. Listen, you don't want me to cry, man. You don't want me to cry. I want to ask you. Tazaria.
Yes.
Do you keep kosher?
Yes, I only eat unclean food. I only eat clean foods.
Do you cut? Do you the way that the Bible says to?
Where does it say to cut it like that way?
It says I can find you quotes if you want me to. If this is a prove the Bible verse thing?
No, not prove the Bible.
I'm just saying. Do you want to even be higher kosher?
No.
I'll tell you something. There's two types of the highest level of kosher. There's glatt kosher, and then there's halak that Yosef. No, I don't.
Why?
Because it says you should not boil a calf in its mother's milk.
Okay, so I'm glad. I always wanted to ask this question, man. How do you know that burger is the milk from that burger and that cheese? How do you know that that's the same?
The idea goes like this. Milk comes from the realm of chesed, kindness. And meat comes from the realm of gevura. You have to kill the animal.
No, but the verse says you can't see the kid in his mother's milk.
You're not supposed to do anything at all that mixes milk and meat.
Okay.
Whether it's eating it or performing a witchcraft ritual of taking a baby cow and throwing it into a cauldron of milk, which was a witchcraft practice back in the day.
But now I'm going to educate you. When it says you don't see the kid in his mother's milk, that has nothing to do with meat and cheese mixing together. What that means is when that calf is born and it's breastfeeding, you don't eat that calf.
Okay, so
like for example, veal. So what they do with veal, they'll take the calf when it's born, they'll raise it in the air so that it doesn't walk, and so that it doesn't make the muscles get hard. It keeps the meat nice and tender. So veal is unlawful. That's a calf in his mother's milk. When the calf begins to chew the cud, now you can eat that calf.
Okay,
it has nothing to do with not being able to eat a cheeseburger. Y'all don't know the Bible.
So I do.
You don't.
I do. And so.
But I wanted to read this.
Hold on. I know you do, but I want to read what I can.
All right. What you're going to find about Jewish people is they don't understand the spirit behind the scriptures because it's not talking about them. It's something that they stole. You understand? So even a simple thing as thou shalt not see it, a calf in its mother's milk. Jewish people think, oh, that means I can't put cheese and burger. No, it means don't eat the calf too young. The Bible don't belong to y'all, man. Leave it alone, bro. Give us our culture, but let we deal with this. We are the real Jews, and y'all are going to pay for enslaving us. Just like the Egyptians. You understand?
I know I got a 4-hour drive to go home and I want to be able to speak.
Where did you drive?
I drove from LA just to I had some business here.
Right. That's good. Good
so I don't want to be overspoke. I want to feel like I get my words in so that I could, No, I'm going to speak right now.
Go ahead, speak it.
So you're talking about kashrut, right? You think you keep kosher, right? And you don't think that mixing meat and milk is like a problem biblically. Right?
Right.
Okay. So in the laws of kosher, you do think, though, that you could kill an animal in any type of way, and that's kosher.
I don't think you can kill an animal in any type.
Like if I shoot an animal, how do you slaughter an animal? What would you do?
Yeah, what I did was I took that lamb, relaxed him, got him real comfortable, and then I took that blade.
You feel a little respect when
you slit his throat. Okay, so listen to this. You're on the right path, right? Even the Muslims do this correctly, right? Even the Muslims do this correctly to a degree. Muslims
trying to mimic
on all kosher animals. Tazariach, I want to teach you this. On all clean animals, one of the things that makes them clean is they chew their cud, meaning they have 4 stomachs.
Right, and they're split hoof.
And split hoofs, right? So when you kill the animal, another thing found on every single kosher animal is the trachea is right in the front. Now the trachea is a part of the animal that connects the brain and the heart. It's the windpipe. So as you get closer to a perfectly surgical incision in the trachea, the brain will immediately turn off and the animal will not feel the pain of its own death.
Right. That's why you got to calm them down. Right.
This is the main thing in kashrut.
Right.
So in the laws of kashrut, we expound on it and learn tremendous more things about kashrut and how to remove the blood, because eating blood is forbidden.
Exactly.
Right. So my people preserved all these things, even if you think we're Khuzaris.
Right.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Us Amalekites preserved all these things that the Jews were supposed to do to teach you Jews how to do it.
We don't have to.
So the Muslims.
I'm glad you said.
Hold on. The Muslims, they do a cut on the neck too for halal, but there's two types of distinctions. So after they cut the neck in kashrut, they inspect the lungs. They pull the lungs out and they extract it for things called mumim, which are stretch marks. If there's 2 or less, it's called glatt kosher. But if there's none, meaning the animal didn't even gasp for air as it died, it's called halak bed Yosef. There are 0 marks on the lungs.
But see,
when you cut an animal's throat,
we're all trying.
When you cut an animal's throat,
but I'm not against what you're saying.
I'm just trying to share the Bible with the real Jew, man, and let the Jew know what to do.
But you just said you expound, so I do agree. There's a way that you unalive them, but all the extra stuff that you said you expound and cut this way and look in his
prove
that
like the animal didn't feel the whole. It's on
that's
it
not
is
in the Bible.
It comes through all sorts of other things. At least
we're all for probably most humane possible.
Are you down for that?
So we're all okay. We're all agreeing on those issues.
Okay, so I was able.
But not all that other stuff he said.
I was able to teach you at least one commandment. Come on, dude, stop being a hater. You're such a hater.
Nothing, man.
You didn't even know about Did you know about the trachea?
Yes.
Okay.
I said we had to calm him down, but
all right.
That's but
you know about everything. You know the whole Bible.
Look at the questions people wanted me to ask. They wanted me to ask: is the God you worship Satan?
No.
Okay. Hell yeah.
No, it's not.
Synagogue.
I fight Satan every single day.
Synagogue.
Satan actually is one of the 2 angels that have fallen.
Satan never fell.
Who are you trying? Who are you trying to bring back with?
Who
are you trying to bring back with the 3rd temple? Because it's not
Jews
Jesus.
believe in reincarnation.
So who are they trying to bring back?
Even if Jesus existed, he would reincarnate in every generation because he's a Jew.
But what are they trying to create though with the 3rd temple?
Christ
the 3rd temple is God's presence on
I honestly
earth.
don't know the answer to this.
We want God to live on earth with us and have a house.
He's not in that gay city though.
You're right. He's living in Jerusalem.
You think God?
You think that God's not going to choose Jerusalem? Where's God going to choose if not Jerusalem?
Is he going to kill me and you or
get real.
I am getting real.
Is Jerusalem his city? Yes or no?
Is Israel all?
I'm asking you. Is Jerusalem God's city?
I'm going to answer and expound. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Tel Aviv is in Israel, and y'all letting them faggots.
You're
run
larpers.
Wild.
Okay.
Y'all
is
got
God
faggots running wild?
Whether the homosexuals do anything or not, do you believe that God is coming to the world to bring justice to earth? Do you believe that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is about to come to earth and rectify everything and bring justice to humanity? Yes or no?
Destroy your city.
And where is he going to build his kingdom? Where?
It's called New Jerusalem.
In where? What geographic location?
In the Middle East.
In Jerusalem
but you
today.
Won't be there.
I got a question, both of you.
You won't be there.
Am I gonna be a slave?
He thinks I'll be dead.
Yeah, if I am, can I get like special privileges?
You're not gonna be a slave, dude. You're coming on my anti-Semites trip for Israel. It's gonna be good.
Anti-Semites trip.
Because
I'm bringing all these that I'm.
Don't they believe after the thing that we're all gonna be slaves, or is that not true?
That's us.
Is that oh, you guys believe it? Oh shit.
Damn.
If they told the truth,
I might be treated a little better. You're out in the field.
You should.
You definitely gonna be.
I might be in the house being like, yes, sir. Here's the tea.
They want to.
How many sugars you like, Captain?
Do you think that's what God wants for humanity? For us to be vindictive, for us to be vindictive and to punish each other indiscriminately for the rest of it? I'm asking you, yes or no? Is that what you want?
Can I read it?
Yeah, go for it.
This is Isaiah the 60th chapter. It says, "The nation that would not serve will perish."
I feel bad for anyone that doesn't want to serve the Jewish people.
So do they do that?
According to Tazariach.
I don't want to serve the Jewish
whoever
people.
these Jews are, man. According to Tazariach, you're about to get fucked up.
Can I read
I think
it?
both of the Jews believe
this is
it.
Isaiah
I think that's the
60, and I'm going to start at verse 9.
I'll tell you what happens to the Gentiles.
Can I read?
Go for it.
Thank you. This is Isaiah 60 and 10. "And the sons of the strangers shall build up the walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have
basically
had
Donald Trump going to the Western Wall.
I've
you know
never
what I'm
had
saying?
nobody interrupt while the verses is reading.
Go
you don't
for
respect the verses. Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually; they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish; yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Amen. He's like literally saying,
Israel.
like literally, he's saying the kings of the world are going to come serve you. And Trump is in Israel, like helping Israel survive. And he's like saying that's not the fulfillment of biblical prophecy.
That's not.
That is Trump is like the king of the world.
Before
that sounds like biblical. That sounds like the Jews of Israel are like the real thing, man.
Where are the 12 tribes at?
Dude, we just know about
Judah. You got gay shit in there.
I want to rap soon, but I
say God is doing that.
Do you want to freestyle?
The Khazarian Empire. What are both of your guys' thoughts on the Khazarian?
Because we are rappers.
What are your thoughts on the Khazarian?
I am black, man. I am black, dude. Look at these dots on my skin. You see these birthmarks? These are my real color of my skin.
Do you guys believe in the Khazarian Empire?
The rest is just a birthmark. I'm the real black.
That's where they come from, the
Khazarian Empire.
Khazariach over here, man.
But do you know your honest thoughts now?
That was
I'm definitely not.
You said.
Thank you.
That was kind
Thank
of
you very much.
They make me laugh.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Khazariach, man.
Do you think that's a fabrication? Do you think that's like real?
My name means stronghold or castle. That's what
stronghold the castle. Okay.
There's not a ton of information.
I don't. Like a little bit. I never even heard of the word Khazaria in my family or in my DNA or in my lineage until all the anti-Semites tried to convince me that I wasn't a Jew.
Khazarian.
Yeah, I never heard it. If I asked my mother or my father, they would never hear the word. If I asked, if you asked like a rabbi, there was one book written by Rabbi Yehuda Halevi.
You ever heard of the book 13 Tribe by Arthur Koestler?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he's your type of Israelite. And and the reason why he titled it 13 Tribe because he said if you guys are Jews, then it must be 13 tribes because you're imposters.
You know, in the Torah, the nation of Israel gets redeemed before the nation of Judah. And if you look today, they called itself Israel. They called there's a nation of Israel right there on they're like one of the most important countries in the world with the fourth most impressive army in the world.
The nation of Israel, Ephraim is the chief tribe.
So when I look at
Israel, Judah is the chief tribe.
I'm of the tribe of Judah, and when I go to Israel,
no, you're not.
I see that the nation
just said
is
your mother
built
from Amalek. Where's your father? What's your father?
I said my mother was from Amalek, or did I say my mother's a pure-blooded descendant of Aaron the priest?
You said I am
flexing. I am flossing my bloodline. I am so blood pure on you,
right?
I am descended of Aaron the priest from my mother.
Well, you didn't say that your mother's from Ashkenaz.
Ashkenazi, descended of Aaron the priest.
What's your father?
My father is what's called Litvish. Have you ever heard that before? Because you don't know the Jewish community. You don't know the words that we call ourselves.
There's a hierarchy too. It's like the Ashkenazis. They have
Litvish is a different type of Ashkenazi Jew.
So on your father and mother's side,
I am pure-blooded Ashkenazi. Yes.
So you're not Jews.
I am the Jewish as against.
You're not Jews.
My mother is a direct descendant of Aaron the
synagogue of Satan. You lied.
All right, Tazaria.
All right, any rapping topics?
I would just say that if you don't think that I'm the real Jew, you should learn Hebrew and read what the Bible says, and then you could go be the real Jew.
I just got one rapid question that wasn't answered in the beginning of this dialogue. Book, chapter, verse that you're a Jew according to your mother.
You want me to look it up? Or do I have to like know it by heart to prove that I'm a Jew to you?
You can just point it out.
Okay, I'll look it up for you.
Exodus.
No, that comes from the Talmud. Because after the destruction of the temple, it switched by the mother. Before the destruction of the temple,
verse that says now you're the seed of the mother.
It used to go by the father.
You are the seed of your father for perpetuity.
It used because of the race.
Change.
All right, so this is what Kappa try to teach these fake Jews in. So this is the lineage of Ashkenaz, right? I'm in the book of Genesis 10. We start at verse 1. And now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. Verse 2, the son of Japheth, not Shem, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tabal, Meshach, Taris, or Taras. Verse 3, and the son of Gomer, Ashkenaz. So these fake Jews, when them claim that they are from Ashkenaz and Re Tete and Re, and they are Jews, they are really saying that they are from Japhet. You know what I mean? But we know who they are. They are really from Amalek. They don't know who they are. We are telling them who they are. They are Amalekites. You know what I mean? They are the nations that the Most High said he want to destroy off the face of the earth. But anyway.
Because of rape, like what to do with all the rape victims after the destruction of the nation.
Rape doesn't mean you have a child.
That's where it comes from. The law that if you're Jewish by the mother, it's because of rape.
No.
Yeah, it is. So that when Jewish women are like, my baby's Jewish because I'm Jewish, yeah, you're quoting a rape law.
No.
I'm just telling you at the Mishnah.
By your father, because that's how it was.
I'm a Jew
always.
by my father and mother.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, when in Judaism, you're a Jew by your mother.
There's one thing I love
in the Bible.
There's one thing I love more than anything.
I asked him to show me a verse in the Bible that says you're a Jew by your mother. There's one thing. There is none.
I just told you.
You guys look at Jew being a more of a religion or a race or both?
Their religion.
No, I'm a race.
We're a race.
Racial. But you look at racial too, though.
I'm race.
No,
you're
not.
I can't be a Jew. Neither one of you guys will let me become a Jew.
No,
I tried to become a Jew. I got rejected. I saw the privilege. I want to be a Jew.
But y'all the same.
You're allowed to convert until the time of the Messiah. After the time of Messiah, conversion is forbidden.
But they like to cheat.
I don't hate you.
Y'all hate y'all white brothers.
I don't hate him. I have a commandment in the Torah to love Edom.
We love
I have a commandment in the Torah to love Edom.
They don't have that love. I mean, Adam's a good guy. So
look at him.
I feel bad overdogging on Adam, but
he wants me to be this like evil super villain.
But you're already evil super villain.
I'm not. I'm the super savior.
You'll never admit your people have done anything wrong.
The Jewish people are saving the world.
You saved the black people.
The Jewish
brother, remember they pulled you out of civil rights and the BLM.
There's not a nation that y'all ever saved. We asked the Palestinians if y'all saved them.
Do you know how many?
Have y'all saved them? No.
We literally could have wiped out every single one of them with 2 pushes of a button.
Oh, how nice of you!
With 2 pushes of a button. There wouldn't be a Palestinian left.
I think the problem is there's so much. Yeah, it's pretty much
there's actually more Palestine. The birth rate has increased in Palestine. There's more people than before the war.
You jealous?
I'm not. I'm not.
Yes, y'all are.
You know,
y'all gonna find another reason to eradicate more.
You need me to be your enemy, don't you? You want me to be your supervillain. You need a supervillain to exist.
But y'all already my enemy.
You need a villain in order for your existence to be real.
Nope.
You do. You need someone to blame for your victimhood. You're an eternal victim, and you need someone to blame for your victimhood.
In my history, when blacks were let go, so-called free, and we build our cities, it was your envy of black people.
Jewish people did not own any slaves and did not scalp any Indians.
The first synagogue in America, the first synagogue in America was by slaves.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
What are you talking about? It's called Charit Israel. It's in.
Yeah.
It's in the 1683.
It's by slave owners.
That's how long there were Amsterdam Sephardim. Sephardim from Amsterdam.
By slave owners.
Yo, you just rewrite history, whatever fits your narrative. You do because you feel we was Kangs, man. We was Kangs. So it's got to be true.
Again, want to be black.
It's got to be true because we was Kangs.
Kangs like that because you.
No, I'm saying you guys do that.
But you can't be black.
You guys do that.
You can't be us. That's why I said the N-word. For example,
I would never say that out of respect to you.
And I'm not saying it.
I don't say it.
Do you say it?
Yeah, I say it. Okay. So in Acts 13:1, it says there was prophets and teachers named Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger. When you look, Neger, N-I-G-E-R.
In the Bible.
So you're saying that Christians made up the N-word?
No, what I'm saying is the origin of that word comes from the Latin word, which just means black. They call the Israelites black because that's how they looked. So Christ was black.
So you're saying
let me finish. I'm about to tell you. Christ was black. Paul was black. All of them was black. They thought Paul was an Egyptian as well. So when you try to make yourself be the original person, it's impossible. Solomon, black. When Moses put his hand in his bosom and took it out, it was white. When he put it back,
so you're saying the ancient word for this is the N-word, but nobody's allowed to call you by your ancient name. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is what y'all have done to that word is why y'all can't say it to us. That's what I'm saying.
So we're not,
if that was a normal word.
But I don't want to say it anyway.
I'm not saying, let's say like black is a normal word. But let's say if y'all demonize that word like y'all did the N-word, you wouldn't be able to say that either. Like there's certain words that you wouldn't want me to say that are derogatory, which I wouldn't say either.
Word. I appreciate.
We don't care as much, but I wouldn't want you to call me a
There are no
real.
real.
Why would you insult my race in front of me? You know, it's not quite the same, but I still wouldn't like it.
Exactly. So that's how it is. But that word describing them Israelites as black is why you are not an Israelite in the Bible.
Thank you. Thank you for apologizing. That's a big man to say.
The word around you.
You know, I appreciate it. Yeah. No, we could say it. Exactly. He just said he doesn't want to hear the N word. I also don't want to hear the K word. And out of respect, I think we could get better as Americans if we approach these differences between us with respect. And are we about this land that we all share? Whatever you want to call it. Maybe you don't like America for what it did to your people. But like, are you about like the people who live here now, like trying to work with what we got to make this place a better place?
Just get out our way. And when I say get out our way, the drugs that come into our system, the Planned Parenthood that comes into our system, all the things that come into our neighborhood.
All the Jewish contributions.
Y'all Margaret, stop. Well, now.
Margaret
the drugs,
Sanger
though, you know, America is the biggest drug dealers on the planet.
I want to add something real quick. As a white person, my people were wiped out by opiates. You know who brought those in?
Who brought those in?
Sackler family. You know what they are? Jewish.
Oh my God!
It's devastated my culture the way your culture has been devastated by crack. It has hurt. I have friends.
The Sacklers should be prosecuted for what they did to America, but they didn't just
so bad.
They didn't just take out white people. They took out anybody willing to be prescribed with opiates.
White people got hit.
Even Jews were addicted to opiates.
It is in your community.
Black people, Jewish people, Mexican people.
That's why you took.
I'm not addicted to drugs. That's like the most ridiculous thing that you could say. Like somebody who drinks a glass of wine every night, they're not an alcoholic, but somebody who smokes weed once in a while is somehow a drug addict.
I bet you smoke every day.
I don't even smoke, actually.
You chew them gummies every day.
Probably like wake up. I only like to chew them on Shabbos. I had a weed sponsor, but I
decided to drop it because
I like to chew them on Shabbos because it helps me detach from the world and just focus on God.
Sunday, though.
I know, but this was like such a low IQ interview that like I needed something to keep me occupied the whole time, you know.
Now he blaming getting high on low IQ. That's why I'm saying when you say white man is the devil, first he only gets high on the Sabbath. Now he getting high on Sundays too.
Dude, first of all, the Bible. Show me in the Bible where it says you can't smoke, you can't consume cannabis.
Here's some closing.
In the anointing oil of the Kohen, the high priest,
so the word is
the word is cannabis.
So you saying the
massive amounts of cannabis? That's how we're using the anointing oil of the high priest.
Drug addicts are drug addicts. The white man just said the Levites was getting high.
Exodus 30,
I had a
23.
marijuana sponsor and I started to drop it for my podcast. I ran one episode and I didn't.
Your marijuana sponsor is welcome to call me.
I did take it. I did take it for one episode. I did take it for one episode though. So I did.
He felt convicted.
Why are you guys hating on weed? I hope you guys never have to use weed. I wish I wouldn't have ran. I wish I wouldn't have ran the one. I hope you guys don't need it for medical.
I don't think it's all bad.
You really think like it should be prohibition?
I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
This guy's like literally saying he's claiming black people. There's still like hundreds of thousands of black people in prison for smoking weed, but he thinks weed should be illegal. I'm like, where am I right now? Do you even hear yourself?
I don't think he needs to be in prison, but he just does it.
It should not be, because black people will never smoke weed. We should never let it be illegal. Like, I mean,
Jews are the only ones, dude. Both of our races have done something wrong. Jews have the ones that have never done anything wrong.
Those are typical drug addict responses. The herb is a medicine. Now, but if you're not sick, you don't need the medicine.
For some people,
now what you're saying is,
take for yourself.
What we do know is he's sick.
Choice spices.
He's a drug
500 shekel weights of myrrh.
We gotta talk segregation still.
Can they boss him? This word says can they boss him right here.
They're not getting high.
They're just putting it in oil and dousing like 9 pounds.
You gotta get high.
It ends up
every
being
week.
like 9 pounds of cannabis. You know when they use this? You know when they use this anointing oil? They use this anointing oil only on Yom Kippur when he goes into the Holy of Holies. He gets anointed.
And the kings. Use it every day.
The kings. No, I don't use the anointing oil. I'm just saying that
you
cannabis
use it as a gummy. You're not even using it. Even if you try to say the way they using it as a gummy.
Dude, I'm just a sinner. Whatever. I'm just a sinner.
All of y'all are demons.
Yo,
okay, yep.
Can I be black?
Else I gotta film.
If you guys are so pure and everything with you is so good, am I just like cursed by the blacks? Like, why do we have so much riches?
For your closing argument.
How did we get so much riches if we're like not the guys from the Bible?
You took it by murder.
We stole it. We murdered everybody while we were being holocausted and genocided. We took it secretly in the thief of the night style. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
by murder.
Murder.
I don't think Jews are all bad. I just think
I did.
Jews never take responsibility.
You're saying I'm a murderer. I killed people.
That's crybaby shit.
Still this is cry people.
Anecdotal.
I can say black people do
but it's not crybaby shit to like be like such an eternal.
State facts.
Everybody got me down. The white man got me down, but everybody who's not.
Not really, right?
Me as a white man, so the Jewish man isn't a white, and those Asians too. Fuck those Asians.
Only crybaby the whole show.
Yo, I'm not crying, man. I'm like blissed out, man.
Thank both of you for coming in.
Yeah,
I had a good time trying to get words in. Tazariach is the real Jew. We're just like this fake. We're like the not real, but he doesn't read Hebrew. They're gonna clip like 3 seconds of me saying that because they're like crazy. Yeah, they don't need Hebrew. Hebrew's not important. The history of the world's not important. Also, the laws of like food purity aren't important, and like none of the 613 mitzvahs are important because Tazariach said so as the real Jew, and like. So I'm just gonna go like be whoever I am, but I'm gonna do the law. I'm gonna do the laws of the Bible. I'm gonna read all the Bible in Hebrew and Aramaic, and I'm gonna continue to do the laws as not the real Jew. And I'm gonna follow the Bible to the letter of the law, but I'm not the real Jew at all. And like he doesn't want to do that, but I do. So I don't really care if he is the Jew or not. I just love God so much that I'm gonna commit my life to doing every single mitzvah and commandment that God said in the Bible. Whatever, as a white Gentile, whatever I am, if he thinks I'm a slave owner, I'll follow the laws of slavery that the Bible gives out, because I'll just do whatever the Bible says.
Jews have never owned slave ships.
I'm a Bible man.
Hip-hop. They didn't,
I'm a man of God from the Bible.
Drugs.
And whatever I am, I'm just going to make it. If it's in the book, I believe it. And if it's not in the book, I don't believe it. So, Tazariach, I hope one day you learn Hebrew so that you can actually read the book.
Tazariach, closing
arguments. I'm Captain Tazariach of ICBK under Commander Jenny Hanna. It was actually a good conversation. His closing was just represented everything about this dialogue, which was just a bunch of lies. We do read Hebrew. We do study history. We do keep
the Shema Yisrael.
We do all of those things. And I think it's important to have these type of conversations that can be spirited and it can demonstrate who the people are and then bring parts of history that Jewish people don't want to be displayed. They don't want to accept their role in slavery. They don't want to accept their role in the destruction of the Black community. They don't want to accept their role in even the destruction of the Palestinians that they're destroying to this day. So I appreciate you having me on, Jake.
Thank you too, Adam.
Do I get a handshake or no?
You get hand bump. We don't handshake.
I appreciate Tazariach for coming here because if there's one thing.
Wait. I'm going to finish one more thing. He gets high as hell talking about he keeping the commandments. First he lies saying he only gets high on the Sabbath. Then he had to get high to come here. So get high to come here. So that means he getting high with everything he do. When he wake up high, go to sleep high.
Alcohol is worse than weed, man. That's all. And tobacco is worse than alcohol.
Alcohol has never been promoted to help you.
I'm just saying, if you drink,
and you don't, and you never see
live in the real world a little bit,
please. As hard as he just.
I didn't fight for shit. You're just like telling me like that's your.
He just went to find a Bible verse. He just went to try to find a Bible verse.
This guy likes weed, and therefore I win. He's a sinner. He's a drug addict. He's a drug addict. And if you
this what all junkies do, watch it.
And black people, if you consume marijuana like me,
thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate y'all rocking out.
Because this guy wants you there. Look, I think it's important. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's it. You keep talking and saying nothing. Damn, man. Yeah, so big up to everybody who come through. So it clearly shows you that the so-called YT man who call himself a Jew is just a skit. Whenever even the rabbis, when you talk to the rabbis, it's similar conversations like these. There's no proof, there's gimmicks, there's them trying to play it off with joke. But when you really check the history, these were not the people of the Bible. You understand? And I think you Arabs and you YT supremacists, seeing that, you and the so-called Jewish man, your brother, the YT man's brother, Zin, you should accept the fact that black people are the real Jews and Hispanics and Native Indians are the real Israelites. You understand? Because your brother, the YT man who called himself a Jew, is oppressing you. And the Arab, you are now fighting. this fake Jew claiming to be God's chosen people. I think you should know, you know what I mean? Tell the world the truth, especially the Arabs, seeing that they're giving you hell over there. You understand? If Iran wants to win this war, Iran needs to come out and tell the world who the real Jews are. You understand? Because what's fueling these fake, you know what I mean, people is the fact that the world think they are God's chosen people. So anything they do, you know what I mean, they do it as if God is in support of them, and God is not. The Bible calls them the synagogue of Satan. They are not God's chosen people. Black people in the Caribbean, North, Central, and South America, the Hispanics and the Native Indians, these are God's chosen people. You understand? And with that, I'm not really see no questions. So, all right, so Jamaica is the tribe of Benjamin. That's correct. Caribbean black people. You understand? The Haitians are the tribe of Levi. You understand? Manasseh is in Cuba. See? Ephraim is in Puerto Rico. Asher is in South America. You understand? That's talking about the Hispanics. You understand? The Bible says that the earth shall help the woman in the last days. And now the information is coming out of the earth. History is proving who we are. And isn't it obvious? Aren't we the people who the world follow, even in our poverty? I mean, everybody know about Jamaica, though. Little Jamaica. Little Jamaica. We are so influential. We are the salt of the earth. And so are the Black Americans. So are the Mexicans. So are the Brazilians. The people who were enslaved are God's chosen people. And this is going to be a rude awakening for the planet. Because guess what now? This is the problem. We have been marginalized. We have been spoken down on. And we have been treated as if we are useless. And that, you know what I mean, as if we are garbage. And these other nations have taken advantage of us, especially the white man, enslaved us and treated us horribly. Come to find out we are God's chosen people. And guess what's going to happen? The same thing that happened to Egypt. You understand? And with that, we're going to close out. All right? No, we are not playing victim. No, I'm not playing victim. None at all. I'm not playing victim. None at all. Right now is a time where we now rejoice in the fact that we are going to get vindicated and also we're going to get justice. So we're not crying. We are not crybabies like, you know what I mean, Yasaf, whoever that fake Jew was. See? We're not crying, not complaining. At the best time, you know what I mean, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because the oppressor's world are come to an end now. Our kingdom are going to bring forth now. You understand? So we're not cry. At the happiest time of our life now. We have watched the empire that enslaved us fall to them knees. We as a people should be celebrated. But what we should do also, we should come out of the Christian church, Muslim mosque, the Rastafari community, and all these religions, and come back to being God's chosen people. Again, the Bible said we would discontinue from our heritage, meaning go into slavery, lose our culture, lose our language, you know what I mean? We lost everything. But now we're getting it back. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shalom to everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, no victim over here. I'm the fourth horseman of hey, white people funny, you know. But anyway, big up on yourself. You know what I mean? Click the subscribe button before I leave out. You know what I mean? The like button, and also share. Share it to your white supremacist friend, your Arab friend, your fake Jewish friend, so that they know what time it is. And with that, shalom.